He did it through midfield.
Wakey has not though. Old Wakey is straight into the fence, and Stickers might take advantage here. There's damage on Old Wakey's car.
What is he doing? Oh boy! Oh, big crash, huge crash. Glasses into him. Glasses into him.
Less than a second away from the podium.
It's not over till it's over.
Who's it gonna be? Get the drive. Who's it gonna be? Oh my god! He gets it. Does he get him? He goes into the lead. Oh my god! Oh, that is absolutely incredible. Oh boy!
He's too deep. Oh, he's in him. Oh, it's drama. Drama. Oh. He's gone for a move very opportunistic. Oh, that came out of nowhere from Morgan Davis.
The battle back for second is an absolute hot rocket. Oh, there's a big tap from Raceman to Wakey. Raceman to the wall. But he's recovered straight away. That bump was so lucky. We'll get a quick break.
Good evening and welcome back, Sector 1 fans. We come to you tonight from our own backyard. We are back on the mountain in Bathurst, rural New South Wales, for one of the most anticipated Sector 1 events to date. It is, of course, a retro round, so we're going to see some magnificent liveries on the cars this evening, which I'm looking forward to absolutely. And joining me in the commentary box tonight is Good Doc. How are we doing, Good Doc? Yeah, I'm doing pretty all right. Unfortunately, there is an absence of Cruzin, who was supposed to race direct the Division 3 lobby for us. So I'll be on my own for that one. But Good Doc will be helping me out in the Division 1 race with all the stats and everything that we need. So the Division 3 race, qualifying is about to get underway. As always, for our Group A weeks, we have our Division 3 guys with a 15-minute qualifying and 50-minute race, followed by the Division 1 guys with a 15-minute qualifying and a 50-minute race. This week is special, though, because we have Polyphony. They've given us a gift, Christmas come early, with in-game qualifying and host set grids. So it means that if anything goes wrong, if there's any issues, we are ready to go with red flags, and we can just ignore all the hassle and stuff that was there before. But something else that has come about and we have changed for this race is the start will be a grid start without false start check, just because there's a few glitches at the moment with the auto drive feature. So we will have to be using that starting system as opposed to the rolling start that we have seen at the start of the season. So we'll just jump across and have a look at the points at the moment, how things are shaping up in the Division 3 standings. So on top of the standings at the moment is Dadson, for Dadson Racing Team on 87 points, followed by his teammate Gura17, also for Dadson Racing on 10 points behind. 77 is his total. Stranger sits in third for Doghouse. Grassy's fourth. Daz for Deeds in fifth. VF in sixth. Bennier in seventh. Killer on the Loose in eighth. Peruski in ninth. S-Mid in 10th. Filthy in 11th. And Carbon Boy coming up in the rear. Unfortunately for Carbon Boy, his championship is good as over. Same as Filthy. As maybe S-Mid too. No, I believe S-Mid has only missed one round so far. So he should be still in championship contention, while Filthy and Carbon Boy have missed more than one round, so it'll be very difficult for them to salvage their championships. So qualifying about to get underway. We'll head to track now for the Division 3 qualifying, as Division 3 qualifying starts in 10 seconds. So we'll just have a look in the chat. We see Shizer in chat. Hello, Shizer. And Clint ZXRR. Hello, Sector 1ers. As qualifying gets underway at the moment. Just 1 second. As we see a lot of people coming out of the pits now. As we see, it looks like Killer is the first one out of the pits. He leads them out. And Prua, it looks like Prua behind. No, that is not Prua. That is the Obsession Motorsports car of Carbon Boy. He is not running a retro livery tonight. So with the retro liveries, we have some guys running a special Australian, or not necessarily Australian, but just a retro motorsport livery from the past. As we see Killer hitting the wall there, that's a little bit nasty, but he continues on. Carbon Boy takes the lead, and it looks like, oh, that's Dadson, or yeah, I think that's Dadson that just tried to sneak his way up the inside there as he takes the lead above everybody. He's actually in Dadson and Gur for Dadson Racing tonight. They are running a livery based off of the green-eyed monster of Craig Lowndes in the 2001 and 2002 seasons. So that livery looking absolutely magnificent as always. Very shiny cars, the Dadson, the Bacchus Dadsons, as he comes down to Forest Elbow for the first time. As we look down through the pack, again, the Red Mist of Killer on the Loose is not running special livery tonight, but Gur is also in that green-eyed monster car. Green-eyed monster car based off the XR8 Falcon of 2001-2002. As we see Benia overtaking Daz, I believe that was, in 5th position, as he has a 1 second penalty. So Daz's car is actually based off the, it's not an Australian motorsport car. It is in fact a 1990 livery of Michael Schumacher. It's based off the 190E Mercedes that Michael Schumacher drove in Hockenheim for DTM back in 1990 in his sports car racing. As we see Carbon Boy letting Daz through as they come into Murray's Bend, the last corner on the track. As they cross the line, and it is Dadson who leads the way, and as somebody was stopped after Hell's Bend, but Dadson comes into Griffin's Bend at the end of Mountain Straight, and I think we might just ride on board with Dadson for the moment, see how he hooks up his car. He is currently the championship leader in the Division 3 Sector 1 Supercars Championship as he comes into the top of the mountain, coming through Reed Park now and over the Great. Hooking up his car very nicely, just looks very nimble in that car. Comes through McPhillamy and down over Brock Skyline. Has this car on rails at the moment, absolutely great car control as he comes through the Big Dipper and through the S's. Gets on the power, full throttle until you get to the elbow now. Dives into the hairpin at the top of the circuit. Gets on the power very early and drives straight through. Sends him down onto the back of Conrod Straight. You just look at the speedo in the car next to the gear number there. Goes up through 250, through 260. Up over the rise, under the sign, 270 now, 280. What speed does he get to? Just goes into 290. Looked like 291, 292 there. Pulls it up for through the chase. Comes through and 1 corner left on the track. Can he hook it up? Let's see what lap time it's going to be. It's going to be very quick from Dadson for a first flyer as he comes through Murray's Bend. And it's not the official finish line, but he crosses the line 2:04.2 for his first one, so not too shabby. We see Killer 2:05.1 for his first flyer. S-Mid next across the line 2:05.8. Grassy's 2:04.2. As we see Stranger 2:04.1. Prua 2:06.1. So Prue is running a very interesting livery tonight. It's just all white, but as we see, Gur 2:23.1, Daz 2:06.3, Carbon Boy next across the line 2:10.8, and VF will be the last one to cross the line. 10 minutes remaining in this qualifying session so far as VF crosses the line. It's 2:07.6. So Datsun finds himself on provisional pole position after the first lap. So it shapes up like this at the moment. Datsun leads over Grass. He's in second by a quarter of a tenth of a second. Stranger is a tenth down on Grassy's in third position. Killer in fourth. A little bit of a gap to the leaders ahead. And Benia X in fifth position, 1.4 seconds off Datsun. S mid sixth, Prua seventh, Daz 930T in eighth, VF in ninth, Carbon Boy in 10th, and Gur comes up the rear in 11th. So looks like Gur in that gorgeous livery has had some difficulties on his first flying lap. It hasn't worked in his favour. Maybe a little bit of an incident, or maybe he's just letting people by, maybe just testing out the water, seeing how, seeing what the lobby gives in terms of grip. But as we see, Benia letting Guru pass a few corners ago, but onto the back of Conrad. So we'll look up, it looks like Datsun's going to set another lap time here. He looks to be up on his previous lap time at 2:04.2 flat. As he definitely has hooked it up this lap as he comes across the line. What's it going to be? Oh, that is ripper, 2:03.7. And next across the line will be S-Mid by the looks, as he doesn't improve. I've lost S-Mid on... No, it wasn't S-Mid. It looked like it was Carbon Boy. Stranger sets a quicker time, 2:04.3. Improved slightly by about 0.08 of a second there. And as we see somebody else cross the line. Who's next? It's Gur, 2:04.3. So that puts him into fourth. Daz goes into 7th position with a new time. And looking back, who else is to complete a lap? Prua pulls into the pit lane as VF is last across the line. Will he improve? It looks like he might, just a little bit. Let's see what it is. Yes, he does improve, 2:06.365. Doesn't improve his position though, so won't be too happy with that one, VF. He's had a bit of a quiet season so far for racing cars like Legends. I'm sure we'll see him improve in the remaining 7.5 minutes of this qualifying session tonight. As we look up to Datsun now, a massive 5/10 gap to Grassis in P2, so absolutely hooking up that Bathurst Mercedes at the moment. Going fast and looking good while doing it. That seems to be the policy from Datsun Racing this week in Division 3, as Datsun P1 and Gur 17 in P4 so far. So looking pretty good so far for Datsun Racing. Doing a great job at the moment. Another pole position here will definitely help his championship bid, as it is, of course, the two Datsuns that are on top in this championship fight. So we see Datsun into the pits. That's Stranger who goes around again. As we see Cruzin, who has joined the party. Hello, Cruzin. How are you doing tonight? It's not here quite yet. Probably still loading in, but Stranger does improve at 2:04.3, so improves on his lap time by 55 milliseconds there. Only a quarter of a tenth off the back of Grass. He's in P2 at the moment, so looking very, very tasty up the top, as we see just over a tenth separating second, third, and fourth. Looking back now, we see anybody setting quicker times? I don't think we do for the moment, as we see Carbon Boy, who will be last across the line for his flying lap, his second flying lap around the mountain at the moment. Comes into Hell's Bend. I think we might ride on board as Carbon Boy as he completes this lap up Mountain Straight, so doing a pretty good job at the moment, Carbon Boy. Gets it hooked up. Let's see what the split time will be. It's going to be just over a 19. Goes purple into the first sector. Definitely hooked it up through that first turn. And as he comes into Griffin's Bend, very long sweeper off camber, so really really makes your tyres work. It comes through the cutting now. Can he get it stopped, pulled up, gets the turn in he needs, on the power early. This is looking to be a pretty good lap so far as he gets to the top of the mountain. And up through Reed Park now, using all the track limits he has available, up against that wall on the left-hand side now. And through the grate, gets on the power, through McPhillamy, avoids the bump, and uses all the track limits and just eases it through. This is the part we need to be most critical as he gets it down through Skyline, down through the gears. Oh, very sideways moment, but he holds on to it. No, oh, very sideways. That is not what you want at all. As he comes into Forest Elbow now, very sideways. He's having difficulty under brakes coming down the mountain as he has a bit of lap traffic, but Daz might give him a tow down the back of Conrod. So Carbon Boy's licking his lips at this one as he's on the back of Daz at the moment. And Daz gets out of the way, doesn't want to give his opponent too much of a boost. And he comes through the cutting, full send. 291 seems to be the top speed as well. As down into second gear, gets on the power, a little bit sideways as well. As he comes down, one corner to go. Can he hook this up? He looks to be a little bit down off Dadson's time. But we'll see what the lap time's going to be. He has to beat a 2:10 at the moment, which I think he absolutely will. And it's a 2:55, which puts him up into P6. He'll be very happy with that one. And I'm sure he has more in him. Maybe going to get 1 or 2 more laps in at the moment. So,
I'm back now.
You there, Cruzin?
Yeah, I'm here now. So I had to mic.
And how you been doing tonight, Cruzin?
I'm well, so.
That's good to hear. It's good to have you in the box tonight as we're getting ready to settle down for the Division 3 race that's unfolding. The story up top is very tight as Gurr also improves his lap time to a 2:04.316. So right on the back of Stranger now. So only 300ths separate second, third and fourth as we see Stranger up on 2 wheels as he comes through the dipper there. So 3 minutes in this qualifying session.
Grassy's on a lap here.
Yeah, I believe Grassy's and Stranger are both on flying laps as they come down Conrod Straight. The pair of them about 3.5 seconds apart on track. As we see Stranger come through the cutting, down into the braking zone there, gets it pulled up well, as we also see Grassy's doing the same. Holding onto a little bit wide from Grassy's. Oh my goodness! That is an absolute blistering lap time from Dadson! A 2:03.1! Dadson has absolutely hooked up his Aston Martin and licked the stamp and sent it. Oh, as we see Gurr improving his lap time as well, goes up into P3, just 5 milliseconds off the back of Grassy's. 2 minutes remain in this qualifying session. As we see Grassy's not improving, nor does Stranger, but it looks like they're both going to hook up this lap time at the moment and send it on this final lap as there's only 1:40 remaining in this qualifying session. Let's see who manages to get this pole position. I don't think anybody's going to stop Dadson. He's gapped the entire field by an entire second. This man is absolutely flying. The championship leader. He's put in so much practice, and it's just great to see it pay off for him. As we see him do an absolutely incredible lap time. That is magnificent.
And that paint job.
Yeah, and yeah, looking good while driving quick. That seems to be Dadson's motto tonight on the mountain. I've been talking to him throughout the week and he's told me he's not too confident on this track, but I mean, looks like he's hooked up that car. As always, absolutely flying. You see someone in the wall there. Who is that? That's that looks like it's VF in the wall. Yeah. Maybe he was just letting Dadson pass there. As we see somebody else flying down the back straight. That's
292, 294 in Aston Martin.
Oh, wow, that's even quicker. So he's shed off a little bit of weight compared to when he did that first flyer, and we saw him doing a 291. As he comes into the final corner, he could have more to say here. No, he's going to be way... Oh, he might actually. What? No, he's going to be a little bit off, and he's going to get one more lap, but I'm not too sure that he'll use it to his advantage. As Gurr crosses the line, doesn't improve. And next across the line, Stranger. Stranger looks like he's going to improve slightly. Is he? No. A little bit slow, as we see Grassy's behind. And does he improve? No, he does not. Dadson is on for an absolute ripper. Let's see what he can do. As he comes through Griffin's Bend, Brewer improves to P5. Knocking Killer, Carbon Boy and Benia down a spot. So we see Dadson come through the cutting, had the car a little bit sideways, but keeps it going in a straight line.
And the fuel is low, so...
Yeah, this is the optimal conditions. Let's see what he can do. As he comes across the top of the mountain through Reed Park, over the grate, gets up on the power, very close to that wall, and he comes through McPhillamy. Let's see as he comes through the split, whether he's up or not. Down. Oh, he's purple. It's on. It's on now as he flies through the S's, down through the dipper. This man is sending it. Absolutely sending it. He's got the pole position already, but he wants to see how quick he can go. A little bit sideways coming through Forest Elbow, but he seems to get it hooked up using all of the grip that the tyres are giving him at the moment as he flies down the back straight of Conrod Straight, and he flies under the sign through the chase, and he's still purple. This could be an absolutely blistering lap from Dadson as he comes into the braking zone at the cutting, Conrod Straight, the chase. Flies through one corner to go, little bit wide. Oh, that might be the lap gone. That might be the lap gone. Let's see what happens. Dadson gets into the braking zone. Oh, very deep, but he gets it pulled up. Let's see what this is going to be. Very quick. Is it a 202? Oh, he goes quicker by half a tenth. Oh, wow. He'll be very happy with that. A 203.133 for Dadson. Oh, that is an absolutely dominant pole position. 1.1 seconds it is. And it is, of course, Dadson who leads Grassis over Gurr in P3, who leads Stranger in P4, Brewer in P5, Killer and Deleuze in 6th, Carbon Boy in 7th, Benia 8th, Daz 9th, S-Mid 10th, and VF in 11th. So what a qualifying session. That is incredible. Only what is it? 25 milliseconds separates the top three. I mean, second, third, and fourth. So brilliant stuff from those guys as the session times out. And the race, luckily enough for us, the game gives us the ability to have a bit of a short break between qualifying and the race. So I'll just have a sip of water before we head into this one. I need to catch my breath after that absolutely incredible qualifying session. It is on the side of your... the qualifying order is on the side of the screen at the moment for me and Cruzin, but Dadson with the pole position with the 203.133. That is absolutely blistering. Looking at the lap times for the Div 1 guys, that's definitely mid-pack for the Div 1 guys so far, I think.
Definitely.
So Dadson having an absolutely incredible qualifying session. Gaps the entire field by 1.1 seconds. So I'll just tell these guys that they've got about a minute to go before the race starts. Give them a chance to go to the toilet if they need or have a drink. And then we'll get to racing tonight for the Division 3 guys. So what do you think of that qualifying session, Cruzin? That was absolutely spectacular, and it definitely plays a story in the championship fight tonight.
Definitely. Yeah, if history tells us anything, Bathurst is qualifying's one thing, but to survive this place is another tall order.
Yeah, exactly. The man who starts on pole doesn't always win the race, and that's not true at anywhere else than it is at Bathurst. As it's a long 50 minutes ahead for these drivers. One small mistake could see the end of your entire race. As we get into this one tonight. The race getting underway in about 10 seconds, so don't go anywhere, guys, as stay tuned. As everybody in the chat giving congratulations to Dadson, so good stuff for Dadson. As we're about to get underway here at the mountain. And we are underway here on Mount Panorama. Green flag racing and Grassy's gets a brilliant start off the line. And Dadson in P2. Everybody seems to get through cleanly there as they start heading up towards Mountain Straight. Seems to be very clean. It looks like Carbon Boy's neck and neck with his team owner there, Pro, in the Obsession cars. But Dadson's going to try for a move for the lead down into Griffin's Bend. Cannot quite get it done. So the order remains like this at the moment. Grassy's leads Dadson, leads Gurr, leads Stranger, and then Carbon Boy and Pro behind in the Obsession cars. As Grassy's might be able to get away from Dadson here, as the Mercedes is very quick across the top of the mountain as compared to the Aston. As they come through the Great and into McPhillamy now. Seems like everybody's got through cleanly, all 11 of the cars tonight. I forgot to mention it in qualifying actually. The missing car tonight, the 12th man is Filthy, who was unable to make it. He was a late scratching for tonight's races. VF and a little bit of lag there between the final three guys on the grid, and just a little bumper to bumper touching as they come over Skyline, but it seems to have sorted themselves out. Everybody's doing pretty all right as we head onto Conrod Straight for the first time this evening. And Grassy's has a 6/10 gap from Dadson, and those Astons have massive straight line speed. So let's see if he can get the move done. A gap just flying down 4/10 at the moment. It's exponential as that gap comes down to just 3/10. Dadson on the brakes, thinks about the move, he goes for it. No, a little too far for the lunge.
Top speed split was 296 from Dadson.
296 with the slipstream, almost hitting that 300 mark in the Sector 1 supercars. So good stuff at the moment. Oh, Grassy's is wide! Grassy's is wide! And Dadson's going to get the lead of the race here. So what has happened there? That is absolutely terrible for Grassy's. He loses the lead of the race at the end of lap 1. So we'll just have a look on the Next Level Racing action replay there at that one as they come down into the final turn, and Grassy's just gets all sorts of wrong sideways and not great. Just understeers wide coming into Murray's Bend as we see the front guys come into Griffin's Bend at the end of the Mountain Straight at the moment as they fly up towards the cutting. Dadson holds the lead of the race at the moment, so looking good for him so far. And it seems like everybody's got through the first lap cleanly, so these boys just being very sensible at the moment, just keeping things clean. They don't want to get too eager and potentially ruin their race. It's a long 50 minutes, and it seems like they're doing the responsible thing and keeping it clean for the most part. S-Mid picking up a half-second penalty at the moment, so won't be... as we see S-Mid almost loses it. Oh, I think he's all right. I think he's escaped with that one. Almost loses it. We'll have a look on the Next Level Racing action replay at that one. So we see S-Mid almost lose it as he flies through McPhillamy, just gets it all sorts of sideways over that bump and almost loses it, but holds on to it. So good job. Just taps the wall, but continues on in this race. as we see Dadson pulling a massive gap to Grassis already. 1.4 seconds.
So just going off some characteristics of the car, it looks to seem the Grassis AMG is just struggling with a bit of understeer compared to the Aston. The nose of the car just doesn't seem to be wanting to turn in.
Yeah, for sure. As we see this battle for second. Oh, as Carbon Boy goes for a move on Stranger, can't quite get it done. He's going to have to settle for 4th position at the moment, but this is a massive battle pack forming up between 2nd to 5th position at the present. And there's a beautiful livery that we see on Stranger's car. Forgot to talk about it earlier. So it's actually a HRT Holden VL Commodore. So it's looking very beautiful tonight. The number 20 of Stranger, as he gets the slipstream on Gurr. They fly up Mountain Straight. Not close enough to make a move as Gurr also... Oh, Gurr's in the fence! Gurr's in the fence! Oh, and he's lost the position to Stranger. Oh, wow. That is not good for Gurr at the moment. Drops down to 4th position. Had a great start to this race. Found himself up into 4th position. As we look down, and somebody's actually fallen off the back of the pack. It's Daz. Daz must have made some sort of mistake and has found himself in the fence because he's way off the back of the pack at the moment, 4 seconds. So, yeah, not great for Daz either. As we look on the Next Level Racing action replay at what happened to Gurr, and it looks like he's just got it all crossed up coming through Griffin's Bend very wide, and then hits the King G sponsorship barrier and loses that position to Stranger. But Dadson, 1.8 second gap to Grassy's behind, who's bridged his own little gap to Stranger behind as well. Currently sitting in 2nd position. There's a 2nd gap to Stranger. So it seems like Grassy's, he's really hooked up that car, that Mercedes AMG across the top of the mountain, as he is 1.3 seconds up on his personal best time at the moment. Stranger just closing up that gap, gains 2.5 tenths on the straight, Conrod straight alone. So if that tells you anything about the difference in these cars, then yeah, absolutely phenomenal straight line speed from the Aston Martins. And Stranger bridging a bit of a gap to Gurr behind as well now. Gurr will be a bit shaky, his tyres will be a bit hot after the start of the, after that incident that he had almost a lap ago now. As, oh, we see Stranger right on the back of Grassy's at the moment. That's only like a 4/10 gap between these two. As they head down Mountain Straight, Stranger could get the move done as they come up to Griffin's Bend. Grassy's purple, and Stranger, is he going to go for it? No, he doesn't go for it. He's probably thinking about the long game at the moment, just thinking about sticking behind Grassy's and trying for... As we see, in the background, Carbon Boy going for a move on Gurr, but doesn't quite pan out for him in the end there. But yeah, sorry, as I was saying, Gurr and... No, Grassy's and Stranger, they're going hammer and tongs, but I think we'll find that we'll see a bit of a gap start to form between Grassy's and Stranger, as Grassy's hooks this Mercedes up across the top of the mountain as they come through McPhillamy now. And that's Carbon Boy, maybe. I thought I saw a move in the back there, but no heroics through McPhillamy this time. Cruzin, could we get a tyre and fuel update on all the guys as we're 4 laps into this 50-minute race?
Yeah, so I'm just going through that now. By the looks of it, we're all running pretty much the same fuel strap, and tyres are looking pretty much even across the board, actually.
That's very interesting, because it looks like the likes of Dadson is pushing a lot quicker than everybody else, albeit he's 2 seconds off his qualifying time at the moment, so very much in conserve mode.
And using no less fuel than the pack behind him.
Yeah, for sure. And he is purple, of course, on Stranger's 205.1. Comes through Murray's corner. Say, oh! Grassy's is off! That's massive! Gurr goes through, and so does Carbon Boy. Oh, what's happened there? He's just understeered wide. Got it all crossed up under braking, and Grassy's from P1 all the way down to P5 in this race. That Murray's Bend just really not doing it for him tonight.
This actually opens the floodgates for the stranger. These lap times are very, very quick compared to Datson's.
Yeah, absolutely. Stranger is on the hunt at the moment for Doghouse Motorsport. The Wolves, they're heading towards the cutting now. 1.7 seconds the gap. But we'll just have a look on the Next Level Racing action replay. We'll see if we caught what happened to Grasses. I think we only heard it. We didn't see it. But yeah, we didn't see it. We just saw him wide at the end there, but it's really unfortunate. It looks like he's just got it crossed up under braking and gone straight on, but yeah, not ideal for Grasses at all. Finds himself in P5. But here's a story. Carbon Boy he's found his way in front of Gurr. So Carbon Boy's now on the podium. He's returned after missing the last 2 rounds at Trial Mountain and Autopolis due to a holiday, but he's come back refreshed and absolutely flying. For Obsession Motorsport, Carbon Boy is doing everything he absolutely has to at the moment. Very consistent lap times for the most part, and has got the car settled and finds himself in P3 in the podium position. In the bit of no man's land as well, might I add, but doing well. As he is not purple, he's blue sector, so that means he's up on his personal best time.
So we've got Grasses and Prua. Oh, here we go, number 6.
Prua goes for it. Oh, does he get him? Late under brakes from Prua, tries to switch back. Grasses covers it up very nicely. This is the battle of the Mercedes at the moment. Is he going to try it into the final corner? No, he doesn't. He thinks about it again. As we see them come up towards Hell's Bend, and Prua tries around the outside, maybe tries to switch back. Oh! As Grasses is gone again, and Killer goes through as well. Was there contact there? Was there contact? Gonna have a look on the Next Level Racing action replay at that one. I'm not too sure whether there was contact or not as they head down through Hell's Bend and just on the exit. No, there wasn't contact. Oh! Maybe
I think it was more just a bit of oversteer from Grasses.
On the replay, it looked like there might have been a bit of lag involved, but it looked like Prua sort of jolted forward slightly, but unfortunately Grasses has come out second best after that one. I don't think that was anybody's fault per se, but yeah, just unfortunate for Grasses. Comes off second best due to a bit of netcode there, because they were very close, but I don't think there was contact. As we see Grasses. Yeah, very close. He's going to try it. Oh, I thought there might have been some heroics into Skyline there from Grasses, but lives to fight another day. That's probably the wise decision. Oh, hits the wall. Oh, Grasses. Oh, his race is absolutely falling apart. Not what at this stage in the race. He's falling into the grasp of Benia as well now. So we'll have a look on the Next Level Racing action replay. Once again, as we see, it looked like he was going for a move, and he was just shallow coming through Skyline in the S's, and then coming through the Dipper, he's just got it all sorts of crossed up, and then hit that outside wall, which has sent him into the inside wall. Yeah, not great from Grasses there at all, but yeah, falling to the grasps of Benia now. Not a good day out for Grasses at all. As we see, look up front, and we see the gap between Dadson and Stranger. It's come out to about 2.6 seconds at the moment. And Stranger has gone purple on lap 5 with a 2:04.9, while Dadson has set a 2:05.1, and he is purple into the first sector. So these guys going hammer and tongs, just trading lap times at the moment. And
Backer's Aston Martin has not dipped into those 6s.
Yeah, that is absolutely incredible consistency from Dadson so far. 2:05.7, 2:05.7, 2:05.4, 2:05.2, and a 2:05 flat.
That is a very quick motor car. Right
for sure. Race pace 2:05s is absolutely blistering.
And feel-wise, he's actually looking pretty damn good.
That is great news for the Dadson garage.
Highway could be slightly better.
And just a little inquiry, how's Gurr going on the tyres? Because historically, throughout this season, he's been very light-footed on his tyres
His
so
fronts
far.
are probably marginally better than the rest of the field.
Okay, marginally better. So
Yeah.
a little bit of a different story from previous rounds, as we saw last time out in Trial Mountain and Autopolis. He
has
was
got the most fuel on.
most fuel, so thinking about conserve Gurr. He is P2 in the championship, as Datsun likes to call him. He's the Datsun wingman. Just there to support Datsun whenever he can, and if Datsun isn't there to win it, he's there to win it, which we saw last week at Autopolis. So far, it's been a complete Datsun Racing lockout for the top spot in the 3 races so far. As Datsun and his green-eyed monster comes across the line to start lap 7, and that's another 2:05.5. So, oh, Stranger, absolutely incredible pace. 2:04.7 for race pace. He wants this win. He is out for blood. Bloodthirsty Stranger as he heads, closes that gap up. 6/10 on that last lap. No, 7/10 even, as 2:05.5 plays a 2:04.7. So Stranger just closing up that gap. How are they comparing on fuel?
The Stranger's using a little bit more to stay with it. Just you can tell he's pushing the car.
Yeah, okay.
That little bit extra juice.
Yeah, that really tells a story. And it seems like Stranger has it hooked up for straight line speed, as he saves most of his time.
He has got better
coming down the
tyres.
straights. That's good news. Wait, who's that? Is that Stranger?
Stranger's got better tyres.
Okay, so yeah, as you see across the top, Datsun's just gained 3 or so tenths on Stranger, and he's gained another 3 tenths all of a sudden. So he's found something that Stranger couldn't across the top of the mountain. But yeah, Carbon Boy just losing touch with Stranger a little bit. The gap 3 seconds now, and 3 seconds from Carbon Boy back to Gurr as well. So bit spacing out up front with Crua as well, 2.5 seconds off the back of Gurr, and Killer 1.6 seconds off the back of Crua. So the closest battle on track at the moment is probably Killer and Grassies, who are 8/10 apart at the present moment.
I think
As that edges out.
Strategy's got to really separate these two up front. Who's kind of light first.
Yeah, for sure. And Stranger got stuck behind traffic during the opening laps of this race. So 20 minutes into this race at the moment. Oh, it was Grassy. Oh, he goes wide again. So that is not Grassy's corner. He really doesn't like Murray's bend at all, as he goes just a few milliseconds off his personal best, which he set the previous lap, which was a 2:05.8.
It's
comes
not a
through
happy
Hellstone.
AMG, that one.
And we'll just do a run through of the pack order in case, just to fill you guys in. So currently Datsun leads Stranger. Oh, as a little update, Stranger has saved another 8/10 in the latter stages of that lap. So it definitely seems like Stranger has the straight line speed, where Datsun has it across the top. As you see, that gap just starting to increase all over again. So seems to be the story. So as I was saying, Datsun P1 currently on the road. Stranger a second and a half back in P2. Carbon Boy 3 seconds behind. Gurr 4 seconds behind in 4th. Crua in 5th for Obsession Motorsport. Killer in 6th for Red Mist. And Grass is in 7th in the Fanatec Mercedes AMG Lucky's Lawn Care racing car. Banier in 8th for Ascension Racing. Closely followed behind by VF in P9. So very tight battle between these guys. We'll see if VF can actually make a move down Conrod if he gets a good exit. Benny a very wide ride on his tail, VF now. And let's see if VF can make the move for racing cars like Legends, if he can stick it to the Ascension boy. And he's gonna get it. Oh, I'm thinking That Aston is very quick in a straight line. So is he going to be able to get it done as they come through into the chase? And it looks like VF is just going to stick behind now. So that Aston Martin seems to be very quick in a straight line at the moment. And also Esmond and Daz, 3 tenths between these two as well. It is, of course, the Aston and the Mercedes, respectively. And they're just holding on to each other, keeping it at about 5.5 tenths at the moment. So it seems like Esmond's better on the brakes than Daz, as... Oh, Daz looked like he went a little bit wide for a second there, but these guys just losing touch with the front sort of pack. 17 seconds separates them and VF in front.
Yeah, just watching the top two, that's an Aston Martin Dan Conrad is an absolute rocket ship.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, he just pulls away from Stokehouse.
Yeah, well, Stranger on the last lap, he set a 2:04.8. So very quick from Stranger. As Dadson with a 2:05.3 on his last lap. So Stranger has saved 6 tenths, but he is also down this lap. So something's happened. He's maybe gone a little bit wide, and it hasn't worked in his favour. So yeah, and, the gap currently sits at 1.3 seconds. So they come down the back of Conrod straight. 1.3 seconds the gap now, and it's sort of, oh, it's coming down. It looks like Stranger's got that hooked up in a straight line as well. Oh, it's very tight between these guys. They're pretty similar straight line speed, but it looks like Stranger's just that much better under brakes. And he gains another 2 tenths on Dadson as he comes down into the braking zone after the chase. And yeah, it seems like Stranger's just got that car hooked up under brakes. He's able to brake so much later than Dadson. And you just see through these sort of nothing 90-degree corners, Stranger saves so much time. Of course, they are off camber, so it sends you to the outside. So maybe Stranger, he's found the line. Oh, I don't think that was the line to take, but yeah, as you see that gap start going back up again. So whatever he's doing, it's not that. So it seems like it's an anomaly. It's an anomaly on Stranger's lap times there. But you see last lap, 2:05.4 plays a 2:05.6. So Stranger is still gaining. Oh, Stranger's in the wall! Oh, no, never mind. Bit of lag. Bit of lag.
You've got to be careful, guys. He's
Yeah.
burning a bit of fuel doing this.
So what are the fuel numbers between Stranger and Dadson at the moment?
So the Stranger's actually dipped just under a quarter.
Under a quarter of a tank.
Under a quarter, yeah.
And 28 minutes left in this race, so we could see Stranger pinning this lap or the next lap. Supposed to be a 24-lap race on paper, so we'll see if he pits this lap or next lap. I would assume it would be next lap because that's the halfway mark, or he might be trying to get the undercut on Dadson. That might be what Stranger needs to get track position compared to Dadson. So let's just see what happens.
Got the fuel. He's got the fuel to control this race.
That's great news for the Dadson garage. As they come down into the chase now, Dadson using all the available tarmac they give him on the outside of the track. Under brakes, just gets that car hooked up. And you just see it over and over again every lap. Stranger's just able to get that car stopped quicker than Dadson. So maybe, yeah, that gap just came down 6 tenths in one corner. So Stranger's hooked up this car massively under brakes. 1.1 seconds the gap as Dadson crosses the line, and 2:05.2 plays Stranger's 2:05.1. So these guys absolutely going hammer and tongs. That looks like a better line from Stranger this time around, as Grassies takes the gamble, 18% fuel, pulls into the pits. So they come up Mountain Straight now, the gap 1.2 seconds. Dadson is purple as they come to Griffin's Bend. It looks like that gap just stagnating at 1.2 seconds again. And while we've got the time, I think we'll just look down the pack at the moment. So Carbon Boy currently 7 seconds astray of Stranger in P3. Gurr has closed up that gap. He's about half that gap. It's currently sitting at 1.3 seconds, 1.4, just sitting around that mark. Doing a good job, Gurr, to keep himself within touching distance of Carbon Boy. How are these two guys actually doing on fuel and tyres?
Benia and he's actually on the light.
Benia?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Where are we looking at?
Carbon Boy and Carbon Boy and Gurr.
Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong two.
It's all good. It's all good.
I'm watching two different people. They're pretty much even. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, not much between them.
Yeah, and it seems like Carbon Boy's really got it hooked up across the top of the mountain, because that gap out to 2.3 seconds, 2.4. So yeah, and then you see oh, never mind. Okay, I just had a bit of a moment. Sorry, I thought that Prua had got past Gurr somehow, but I was on board with Gurr, so I was looking in the background of that. I thought I was on board with Carbon Boy. Sorry, that's my bad, everybody. As we see, yeah, that gap came out to 2.6 seconds. So I want to see the lap times between Carbon Boy and Gurr as they come across the line this time. Because something's happened as we see Dadson come in and Stranger. So will Carbon Boy peel in? No, Carbon Boy goes around again. And so does Gurr, so does Prua and Killer. Nobody else comes in at the moment. Oh, Benia and VF are in. And Daz will be the next one to to come through. As we see Grassy's, who was the first to take the gamble, and it looks like S-Mid oh, S-Mid's in the wall. Oh, that is not what you want at all from S-Mid. And has S-Mid pit? It looks like the lap times, I don't think he has, but no, he hasn't. So not a good day out for S-Mid. Won't be too happy sitting 30 seconds off the back of Grassy's, who has pit. Yeah, so as we look up front to Carbon Boy, who leads Gurr by 2.6, and Prua and Killer, that battle's actually closing up tight as well.
Stranger has escaped the pit lane penalty, where Dadson is sitting
wow.
on a 4.5 penalty.
Oh wow, that is massive. How's he got a 4.5 second penalty? Where's he picked up the 1.5? Oh, that's massive for.
It could be combined with entry and exit. Just very easy to get one on the entry.
Yeah, well, that's massive from Dadson. Not what you want at this stage in the race. He does have a 7-second gap over Stranger, but that's really gonna close things up and make it interesting. But yeah, Stranger has escaped the penalty.
But only just.
Oh, I mean, a 4.5 second penalty. That's going to be massive when he comes to burn it at the start of Conrod. Oh, he is not going to be happy at all as it comes down into the elbow. This is the kind of thing that could decide a championship, a 4.5 second penalty. Now's the time. What's going to happen? Is Stranger going to get that? Is he going to catch up? Because Stranger's not going to know that Dadson has a penalty at this stage. So he's going to see that gap come right the way down. And as we ride on board, sorry, wrong screen. That is my bad, everybody. Let's have a look on board with Stranger. He's going to get it. It's going to be close, very tight. Down to a second. Is he going to get him? Under brakes. No, he doesn't get him. But this fight for the lead is absolutely closed up. Oh, wow. This is some good racing. This is going to be very tight. Mount Panorama always gives us something to hold on to.
Are they going to get
some
traffic?
Great entertainment. I don't think they will. I think they're going to be well and truly ahead of these guys that are just coming into the pits now. That is Killer, Carbon Boy, Gurr and Prua. Yeah, well, as Prua comes out, just behind, oh no, that's Carbon Boy. Carbon Boy's done the massive here, and he's come out just behind these guys. So massive from Carbon Boy. Massive fuel save, and he's now sitting just 1 second behind the leaders. So good stuff from Carbon Boy. He's within touching distance of the win here on the mountain. We saw in pre-season, Carbon Boy was doing incredibly in P3 before he had a massive accident coming through Griffin's Bend. Just got it all stuck up on the curb, but hopefully he doesn't get banished to the same fate tonight. It looks like he's doing well for himself at the moment. Let's see if he can hold on to his P3 as the gap back to Gur is now 2 seconds. So good stuff, looking like some good stuff for Carbon Boy. Finds himself in the podium places on his Sector 1 return. And looking down to Brewer in P5. It looks like he's used up just a little bit more fuel than Gur in that first stint, as he finds himself just 5 seconds off the back of Gur. So hasn't got the same kind of fuel save that Gur did in that first
I'm just noticing
stint.
there's two different types of fuel strategies happening at the moment. There's the 3/4 and there's the almost full tank.
That is very interesting stuff. Could you tell us who's on what at the moment?
Actually, so we have our race leader with the least amount of fuel. 40.
Ooh, so that could be another talking point come the end of the race. 20 minutes remain in this ripper of a race, and it's not over yet. Anything could happen. Somebody could hit the wall, or he could run out of fuel even. We could see a last lap showdown if that sort of thing does happen. As Stranger just sitting 1.5 seconds off the back of Dadson, who has set the fastest lap on the previous lap with a 2:04.5, so 1.4 seconds off his pole time.
I think
Doing a
he's
good
really
job for
trying
himself.
to bounce back from that penalty.
Yeah, it's like he's got a race engineer on there going, it's hammer time, Dadson, it's hammer time.
5
1.8
laps to
seconds.
end the race.
Yeah, he might not have the car to do that actually.
I reckon he's racing to a number. From his lap times, that car's number to the end, I reckon.
Okay, so that's your call.
Yeah.
He's driving to a number.
Yeah.
For the sake of the entertainment, I'm hoping that he is maybe a little bit short fueled and get a bit of a showdown come the end of the race. But Gur, he might have just hit the wall there. I'm not too sure what's happened there because he's fallen off about a second across the top of the mountain. So, and fallen into the grasp of Carbon Boy almost, 1.4 seconds. That gap being currently, but yeah. 2.3 seconds between Dadson and Stranger, so maybe a small incident. Something's definitely happened. He's a second off his best lap time at the moment, which is a 2:04.7, so looking to be a mid 2:05, and I mean, based off his last lap, that's actually very similar to the pace of what you would expect. We see him come through Murray's Bend, the last corner on the circuit, and it is going to be it's 2:06. That's his first. Oh no, it's Dadson who hasn't set a 2:06, but that's Stranger's. He set another 2:06. Stranger setting 2:06s very early on in the race. As we'll have a look up at Dadson, see what lap time he set on the previous lap. 2:04.995. So that pace seems to be one lap sort of thing, maybe just push to get that fastest lap, that extra point, trying to maximize. If he does get the fastest lap and the race finishes like this in the current order, Dadson will have he will get the full 33 points, which if my quick math calculations are correct, should be a 17-point gap in the championship to Gur. As Gur is currently sitting in 4th position. So we'll just have to see. Stranger, I heard lots of tyre squealing in the background, but I'm not too sure whether that was Stranger or Carbon Boy or whoever that was. But yeah, definitely loose and lots of noise. Luckily for everybody involved, they've kept it clean. Yeah, for sure. So what's the tyre and fuel update at the moment, Cruzin,
Just
for
going through now.
top guys?
So we got VF with the most amount of fuel. So it might have been a slight overfuel or reserve.
So what's he sitting on at the moment?
It's sitting on 3/4 of the tank.
Okay, it's 3/4.
Yeah. And everyone else is just a little bit less under him.
Okay, so maybe everybody's running to a number, everybody's put in the research and they know what they got to do.
Granger's got a slight reserve over his competition.
Who's that, sorry?
The Stranger. Just a slight
Stranger.
reserve over that.
Okay. That might be what he needs to cap off this race. 15 minutes remain, so we should see about another 7 laps, 7 or so laps. Because he is purple Stranger. Last lap time was a 2:04.7, so he closed up that gap to Dadson by 3/10 on the previous lap. As Grassies is gone. Oh, what's happened to Grassies? Oh. What position was Grassies in? I believe he was in P8.
I think so.
Oh, that is... Oh, maybe... I think something's happened between Brewer and Grassies. Because Brewer's all the way down in 7th. I swear he was higher. I swear he was above Killer. So something's happened to Brewer. I'm not too sure what's happened, but I have a slight feeling that something big has happened between Brewer and Grassies. But until we get official confirmation, we can only speculate for now. So, yeah, there's definitely some scratches on the front of our Brewer's car. So, as we see Benny, lots of tyres squealing in the background. Seems like as the lobby starts to cool off, just a few of the guys starting to lose a little bit of grip across the top of the mountain. But yeah, we'll have a look back up front for now. 1.8 seconds. And if I'm hearing right, I think Dadson is lifting off before the end of the straight. I believe that's what I heard, because as I switched to him, I couldn't hear any engine noise. So I have a slight feeling that Dadson is lifting off. Next time we come around that part of the track, do you reckon you could confirm or deny that, Cruzin?
Yeah, so I'll ride aboard of him for that.
Yeah, let's have a look. So 2:04.9 plays 2:04.4, Stranger. Absolutely mental lap time, 2:04.4 race pace. He wants this win. This is his for the taking. 2 seconds the gap. Stranger knows what he's got to do. And it looks like if Dadson is not short shifting, if he is lifting off at the end of the chase, this could be a final lap showdown if he runs out of fuel, unless he saves enough. He's got a 2 second gap. Could be enough of a gap to just let him save just a little bit come the end of the race. So 13 minutes left. Let's see what happens. Comes through the grates and into McPhillamy now as Dadson. The gap just increasing just marginally as they come across the top. So I think where the major difference comes in for these two guys is Dadson, he has the straight line speed and he's also got it hooked up across the top, but he's not confident under brakes, where I think is where Stranger is gaining a majority of the time tonight. Under the brakes, as you see, as they come into Conrod. Maybe that's why we saw in the first stint that Dadson was losing so much time under brakes coming through the chase, as it could just be that he's lifting off maybe a few meters earlier than he needs to, and that's what's keeping him. So did he lift off at all, or?
He is braking that touch earlier, and there is that little bit of a gap between lift off and brake.
Okay, just
but
a little
he's
bit.
not
of a gap,
using, he's well and truly only using half the rev brakes.
Okay. So he's massively in his fuel save mode at the moment.
Yeah.
Let's see what this lap's going to be. 2:04.5. So, okay, maybe, I'm thinking, maybe just for that lap, he didn't fuel save just for that lap, because he's more thinking about the long game, that extra point that you get for fastest lap, which Stranger currently holds, which he took on lap 19. No, my numbers are all screwed up on the side there. That would be lap 17. They're on lap 19 at the moment. As we see that Datsun car, it's very flashy when the sun catches on it in the right way.
So I'm on board Stranger now, and he's using that car a lot more than Datsun.
Yeah, 204.5 plays 204.7 on the last lap, so just starting to ease off just a little bit, but that extra point could be all it takes come the end of the championship. I believe we are halfway through the championship at the moment. Ooh, did he touch the wall there? I think we might just have a look on the Next Level Racing Action replay, just have a little bit of a slow-mo, see if that was what it was. He comes into here, the great, sorry, I'm getting confused in my controls as he comes through just, very tight to that wall. Does he actually touch it? I'm not too sure, but it's very close through there. So, the gap currently 1.5 seconds between these two. So Datsun's made a small error somewhere on the track. Oh, as we see Carbon Boy under fire from Gur, the Bathurst Brewery car of Gur, 4/10 at the moment. As they come through the chase, 150 meter board, slam on the brakes. As Gur 3/10 behind, right up under the rear wing of Carbon Boy at the moment. We could see a move coming in the next lap or so. Or as we see Gur just a little bit laggy, but for the most part keeps it on track. Another positive for the last update that Polyphony gave us is the servers definitely seem to be much more stable than they were pre-update. So we're very thankful for that they're slowly sorting their stuff out and giving us a platform that we can use to race. But we see Gur making a slight mistake, just dropping off the back of Carbon Boy slightly. We see Carbon going purple. So the championship story up front, we see Datsun 204.7 plays Stranger's 204.4, so they're exchanging lap times, one against the other. So for Stranger, that's an absolutely incredible lap that he's able to do so late in his stint at the moment. That's only 9 milliseconds off his current fastest lap, so very consistent from Stranger at the moment, and looks like that gap. I'm still hoping that we get a fight at the end of this race, and he's purple again. 2.3 seconds. I mean, not 2.3 seconds. 2.2
right now. So that extra fuel Datsun has now doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist. So.
Doesn't exist.
Oh, really closing up now. Things are getting tight at the lead.
Better tyres from Stranger. With the matter of he's pushing it, he's still got better tyres.
That's good news for Stranger then. As we see the gap between Carbon Boy and Gur just opening up to 1.2 seconds. As we have a look down through the pack at the moment. Bania, he's had a bit of a quiet race, currently sitting in P8. Daz in P9, 25 seconds off the back of Bania. Just enjoying his race so far. I mean, he probably isn't enjoying it. He's just enjoying, not the race, but he's enjoying the day out around the mountain. Just having a nice drive. If you finish the race, you do get points. So there'll be a few extra token points that he can use for his championship bid.
Check out the fastest lap.
Oh my goodness. Stranger unleashing the floodgates in his doghouse Aston. He's inheriting, what's the word? Not inherit, he's, it's on the tip of my tongue. Let's just say he's embodying everything that that HRT Holden VL Commodore gives him at the moment.
He's embracing the Brock spirit.
Embracing, that's the word I was looking for. Oh, he's very close to that wall every single time we come through. So,
Brockway.
yeah, for sure. As up again, so Stranger wants this win. 6 tenths the gap now. He's 2.5 tenths up on his 2:04.1.
So that car is just on knife edge. It's just, I can't watch it.
I'm gonna ride on board with Stranger right now as we see him chase down Dadson as they head down Conrod. He's within slipstream range, 5 tenths the gap. Can he get his first win of the season? He's just sticking 3 tenths up. This is going to be an absolutely blinding race pace lap. This late on in the stint in the race, 21 laps in, and he's on 9-lap-old tyres, and he's still got the pace. Goes a little bit wide. He holds on to it. This is good stuff from Stranger. 4 tenths the gap. Dadson has to be sweating. Absolutely has to. There's no way that you could be in this situation and not be sweating. Oh, and that's all thrown away. He's thrown it all away at the end of the chase on the exit. He's just got it all a little bit wide, a little bit understeery, but he's still within that slipstream range of Dadson. This race is still on, 22 laps in, and it's this close to the lead.
Ford livery versus Holden livery.
Up by 1.5 tenths. Yeah, as you said, this is magnificent stuff. It's Holden versus Ford on the mountain. This is great stuff. 3 tenths the gap. Stranger wants this win. He is hungry, bloodthirsty as they come through the cutting. As they up to the top of the mountain, coming through Reed Park at present. Using all the track limits there, Dadson is. And he gets it good using all the track limits. He's just closing up. He's going to get a little bit of dirty air as well, so Stranger needs to be careful as they come through Skyline. 3 tenths, a little bit cautious through Skyline. That's the approach you want. 1.5 tenths down, 10 and 30 millisecond, 3 hundredths down on his best time at the moment. And as they come down onto Conrod, this could be the move of the race. Could we see the move from Stranger on Dadson? 3 tenths the gap. Is Stranger thinking about the long game? There's going to be another 2 laps. He might just want to sit behind. He sort of fakes. He fakes one way. He's weaving about. He's right on the back of Dadson. Does he go for it? No. Has Dadson outbroke himself? He has. Oh, I thought he outbroke himself for a second there, but he pulls it up just in time. 1/2 second the gap as they stay bumper to bumper. Coming down to start the 23rd lap of this race. The gap just 1/2 second between these 2 championship protagonists. Down into the braking zone now of Hell's Bend. Stranger just 4 tenths off the back of Dadson. The boys down at the Doghouse Motorsport Garage really want to see this move pulled off. This would make their day absolutely magnificent as they head up Mountain Straight now. The 4 tenths the gap. They're both purple. 3.5, 2 tenths. Dadson early on the brakes, but Stranger using all the track limits. He's not scared about that curb at all. Just gets his car set up on that curb. 3 tenths the gap as they come through the cutting. Good stuff from both of these guys. This is one of the closest races we've had this season in the Sector 1 Supercars, and no better place to have it than on the mountain.
The confidence in that Doghouse Aston on the brakes is just...
Yeah,
wow.
And even the confidence he has to push it to its absolute limits and use every single bit of tarmac that the barriers provide him. 1.5 tenths down on his personal best, Dadson there, and so is Stranger as they come through down into Forest Elbow. So this is the gap's still 4 tenths. Stranger might have used his car a little bit too much, but he's going to get another chance, another bite at the cherry as they come down Conrod. He's going to have the slipstream all the way down this massive straight, the longest straight on our calendar. And then after the longest straight on the calendar, of course, you have the fastest corner on the calendar, the chase being taken at 290 kilometers an hour in these cars. And he's not going to be close enough on this occasion. He goes for it, he's down the inside, and it's contact. And oh wow, Dadson holds on to the lead. This is incredible racing. Stranger wants this win. Just a minute 30 remaining in this race. They're going to get one more lap, one more chance for Stranger as they cross the line to start the final and last lap of this race, which is, of course, lap 24. As they head up down Mountain Straight for the last time tonight.
Stranger got the feel.
Yes, is Datsun on the line at all, or?
No.
No, so this is going to be tight stuff as it's 4/10 between these two now. As they come up through the cutting, the gap tighter and tighter. Who's it going to be? Stranger, he hasn't led a lap all day. Could he pinch the win out of Datsun's hands like stealing candy from a baby? Or is Datsun going to hold on to take his third win of this of the season so far and make it a fourth consecutive for Datsun Racing Team? Who's it going to be? 2/10 right on the back of Datsun. Stranger, let's see what he does. Oh, very tight as they come through McPhillamy. Is he going to try over Skyline? No, thinks about it again. That's a beautiful shot as they come over the mountain. And who's it going to be? Right on the back here is Stranger. Half a second as they come down into Forest Elbow. And Stranger gets contact! That's huge! Oh no! Oh, the gap goes up to 1.2. That is not what you want, and that looks like the race is good as gone for Stranger. We'll just have a look at that again on the Next Level Racing Action replay, and he's just outbroke himself, thought about a move, and touched Datsun, and yeah, he's conceded that that's not a very good move, and he's dropped off the back now. But it's going to be Datsun to take 3 out of 4 and 4 out of 4 for Datsun Racing in this season. The championship protagonist so far. He extends his lead by another massive margin. The Div 2 prospect, the championship leader, comes across the line to take the win in a very commanding drive. Brilliant stuff from Datsun. Stranger in P2. Carbon Boy from Session Motorsport in P3. He'll be chuffed with that podium as Gurr comes around the final quarter and takes a great race for Datsun. Another top finish for Datsun Racing, comes across the line in P4. Killer, he'll be very happy with this performance. A P5 for the Red Mist man. And VF in 6th, closely followed behind by Prua in 7th. Oh, I think the race has just ended prematurely, which is a little bit annoying. I thought we had 3 minutes, but it is what it is. Datsun takes the win, pole position, doesn't get the fastest lap, unfortunately. But yeah, he'll be very happy with that one. Takes another win in his championship bid. Great stuff from Datsun, very commanding race. And what about that one? That was a magnificent race. What did you think of that one, Cruzin?
Oh, that was just, yeah, that was awesome. That was on the edge of your seat stuff. Watching those two front runners was just top. That was just top stuff racing.
Yeah, for sure. Very exciting racing. Love to watch that one. Bathurst has always given us a great race, and in Division 3, which is exciting as it always, Division 3, one of the closest championships that we have on offer here at Sector 1. It always gives us a good race, and it didn't fail to give us another one of those again tonight. So don't go anywhere, guys, as the Division 1 race is up next with Good Doc. I'm terribly sorry, guys, but I just need to duck to the bathroom real quick and just get rid of the jitters from that last race, you know what I mean? So I'll be as quick as possible. But don't go anywhere, guys. The Division 1 qualifying is right up after this. All right. Sorry about that, everybody, but I think I'm ready to go for the Division 1 race. So we'll switch across to Good Doc's room. How are we going, Good Doc?
Yeah, not too bad, I don't think. I think it seems to be going okay.
That's great to hear. So qualifying should be starting momentarily for Division 1, so stay tuned. I'm just joining the room now, everybody, so we can be ready to go any second now. So we'll just have a look at the points table that's shaping up for Division 1 at the moment. So currently it is TX3 GTR that leads the championship, followed by Distinct Andrew in P2, who it's a very tight championship, this one, only 3 points separating the front two guys. MP3 is Knuckles for Lucky's Lawn Care Racing, and in P4 is Ricky Bobby for Obsession Motorsport. P5 is Corey Hack for Red Mist. Morgan Davey in P6 for Deeds. 7th is Kiwi Raikkonen for Dadson. He is one of the top guys, same as Corgi down in P10, but they unfortunately missed last race. But there is a drop round this season, so no need to fret, as they are still in championship contention. It's just that they've missed one race. And in 8th position is Hellraiser for CP. 9th is Lucky, who owns Lucky's Lawn Care Racing. 10th is Corgi, as I previously mentioned. 11th is Karen Unleashed for Deeds. 12th is ASR Adam for Sanction. 13th is Ando 787 for Ragged Edge. And 14th is Noodles for a Sanction. And as the graphic only fits 14 people, the remaining 3 are Muffin, who returns again today, Jeesh, who is yet to have a race. Is he here tonight?
Correct.
Yes, he is here tonight. So he carved up the Division 2 field last week. So he's been promoted to Division 1 and is could be a championship threat tonight. So, and last but not least is V8 XW Falcon in P17 in the championship. So qualifying is about to get underway at any second now.
They're underway, I think.
Okay, that is great news, as qualifying does start now.
Yes, so just on that leaderboard there too, Lucky has toddled off to Group 2 to make space for the new guy who's Jeesh to arrive into Group A. After his decimation of the field last week, it was deemed that he should be better off racing these guys up here. Makes it a bit more fun for the guys in Group 2 as well. So
yeah, all of us mortals down in Division 2 thank the admin for that decision.
we've had actually a bit of sunshine pop out for the first time so far this evening, whereas all the things been in heavily overcast sort of conditions. So we've got the sun out. It's a bit more like what we saw in Group 3.
Yeah, for sure. So we forgot to mention it in the last race. That's my bad, but is Cruzin still here? Is Cruzin here? Or did Cruzin head off? Are you here, Cruzin? Oh, well.
Oh, yes, no.
Oh, yeah. So, who would you pick for your... That's all good. Who would you have for your driver of the day for the Div 3 race?
I had a couple in mind. I think I'm actually going to give it to Carbon Boy for holding on. Yeah, for just holding on to that third position.
Yeah.
He kept it clean the whole race and just stayed consistent.
Yeah, I think it was such a commanding drive from Stranger. He chased down Dadson and unfortunately couldn't get it in the end. Without that contact down at the at Forest Elbow, I think that he would have got it, the position. But unfortunately for him, he ended in P2. So I'm going to give my driver of the day to Stranger. So
I had that, but that last move kind of just tipped it for me. So yeah.
Yeah. So in the chat, we see a lot of people giving Strange a driver of the day, and we see a driver of the day go to Pruski from Streetle Juice. So Womble gives driver of the day to Womble. No, Womble isn't here. I don't think. I haven't seen anything from Womble, but oh no, yeah. Womble is here. I'm guessing Womble gives driver of the day to Womble, as per tradition. But as we see these Division 1 guys start their first flying laps. So Distinct Andrew leads out the field behind Morgan, Davey, and Jeesh. And Adam are behind Morgan, Davey. Oh, as we see, big moment from Jeesh.
So the ASR Vipers have both been absolutely on fire so far in practice. 201.2 was the fastest lap I saw.
Oh, that is absolutely rapid.
I don't think they'll go that fast now because of the fuel load difference, but yeah, they were really quick on low fuel.
Yeah, for sure. And we see Jeesh in the Mercedes, which it was dominant last week, but we saw in the Division 3 race, it might not be the most dominant car around this circuit. Also in the Mercedes is Corey Hack and Ricky Bobby, who Ricky Bobby is sporting a magnificent looking livery, which I can't quite remember off the top of my head what it's based off, but
that looks like it's the Peter Jackson
yes,
livery.
That's it, Peter Jackson. I was about to bring it up. He did tell me, but yeah, it is Peter Jackson livery, which he says is one of his favourite all-time drivers. So, oh, as we see TX3 GTR into the fence at the elbow. Oh, what has happened there? Oh, that is massive. He will not be happy with that. Oh, as we see, Distinct Andrew, 201.6 in his first flying lap.
How good's qualifying?
Sorry, how good's qualifying? Yeah.
Yeah, now it tells it doesn't work for us.
Yeah, exactly. We don't need to be darting around and constantly checking the leaderboard. We just have it written down the bottom corner for us.
TX3's done himself a massive mischief. He's only just going now.
Yeah, we'll have a look on the next level racing action replay and see what we can catch as we jumped back to TX3 GTR, and he was just into the fence. It was very uncharacteristic for GTR, but we do know he sets up his cars very aggressive. Obviously just push the car a little bit beyond its limits, maybe clipping the wall, and finds himself in a situation that he doesn't want to be in. So after the first round of laps, the leaderboard shapes up like this at the moment. It's Distinct Andrew on pole position, provisional pole position, might I add. Morgan Davey, provisional P2. Oh, who was that?
Morgan, he just about dropped it.
Very
chased
sideways.
himself all the way down the hill there.
Yeah, that Corvette, very taily, and coming down the mountain, that really puts the load on your front tyres and sort of takes the load off your rear tyres. And sometimes you need that extra load on the rear just to keep the car planted, which, if you've already got a taily car, it's going to be terrible coming down the top of that mountain. But he seems to have done pretty well straight off the bat. Currently setting a 202.4, which is very rapid so far. That is, of course, 7/10 off the back of Distinct Andrew. So Distinct Andrew, oh my goodness, Distinct Andrew, shut the front door, 201.3. This is some good stuff already. He's gapped the entire field by a second on his second flying lap. So, as we said, the first few guys coming into the pits, Corey Hack a little bit wide there, but holds on to it. As I'll talk us through some of the other retro liveries that I can see tonight. So, Hellraiser, he's running. His livery is based off the XC Falcon, Alan Moffat's 1977. It's the classic, it's the 1-2 at Bathurst. I'm sure you've all seen the picture, the headlines, the commentary. Of the two XC Falcons just crossing the line, 1-2 finish in the 1 and 2 cars.
Nux just upset everybody and went to P3 there, breaking up the top of the tree a bit. 0.1 of a second off the back of Morgan Davey as well, so he was right up there for the front row.
Yeah, that is some good stuff from Nux. He had a bit of a disappointing round by his standards last week, and he comes out and sets a lap time worthy of provisional P3 at the moment. So
If he does well tonight, he might go this livery. Might be good luck to him.
Yeah, for sure.
I wanted him to paint his colour this initially, so it's good to see it actually making its way out for retro.
So is this based off anything, or is it just
Yeah,
another...
it's who was it? David Bernard, I think it was, maybe. I could be wrong.
Okay.
One of the original Autobahn sponsored cars.
Yes,
way back in the day.
I know. Yes, I think I know which one's... Oh, somebody was hitting the wall in the background there. I'm not too sure who it was.
Corgi dropped down through the dipper there, let everyone else through.
Oh, okay. I thought I heard some scraping on the wall. As Adams picked up a 3-second penalty, I would assume that's due to cutting the pit lane line. But as we see Captain Muffin setting a new fastest lap for himself.
P6,
personal
nice
best.
work.
Yeah, he'll be happy with that. As the current order looks like this, it's Distinct Andrew who leads Morgan Davey by half a second. Morgan Davey will definitely be happy with that lap time, a 2:01.9, and we're only 10 minutes into this qualifying session, so we could see even more from Morgan Davey and Distinct Andrew. Morgan Davey is not typically a one-lap merchant.
He's a racer.
This season we've seen I think an average qualifying of about 8th or 9th, but we've seen an average race position of 5th. So Morgan Davey just shows you he gains so many positions through the race. He loves to just go pedal to the metal. He doesn't care about his fuel or his tyres. He just wants to gain as many places and track position as possible, and he'll think about the fuel when he gets there.
He tends to get him early in the race too. He grabs a lot of guys in the first couple of laps while they're all trying to warm up.
Yeah, exactly.
He's very quick on the draw on Morgan Davey.
He likes a very aggressive car that he can just push to its limits for the entire race duration. So yeah, a 2:01.9, which is good enough for at the moment a second position. That is, he'll be very happy with that. Used to being qualified further down, and he has set a blue sector, which indicates a personal best as TX3.
P3.
As we see Morgan Davey, he might peel into the pits here, or he might set another lap time. I believe he's going to come in. Yes, he does come in.
His tyres are past their prime now. It's just about to start his next flying lap. He's down to half a tank of fuel in the Viper.
Very thirsty Viper. So remember, in the race, he's going to need to do 11 or 12 laps, and if he's only doing 4 laps for half a tank of fuel, it's going to be very tight come the end of the race. He's going to have to be saving a whole lot. As we see Distinct Andrew, he sets a 2:07.5 that lap, so maybe just trying to warm up the car that lap, not a full all-out go lap, I guess you could say, as he is purple through the first sector, which is half of the Mountain Straight and Hell's Bend as he comes through Griffin's Bend. I think we might ride on board with him. Let's see what lap time he can set, as we see Adam improving there with a 2:02.6.
Oops, he just dropped it out of turn 1. That's the next lap cooked.
Yeah, he might have time to get around and into the... No, he won't have time, I don't think, to pit and get a new set of boots. I think the guys that are out at the moment, this is going to be their last stint in this qualifying session. And as we've seen so far in the Division 3 and Division 1 races, as Andrew is purple by 2/10, this could be a 2-minute lap time. Let's see what he can do. As he's coming up to some lap traffic, not lap traffic, just regular traffic. It looks like it's an Aston Martin. Is it Hellraiser? I'm not too sure. I think that was Hellraiser. I believe so. Oh no, it's Captain Muffin in that livery. And this is Oh my, we could see a 2-minute zero. We could see a 2-minute zero. Let's see what happens as he comes into the braking zone. And it was pointed out to me during practice that Distinct Andrew, he's so good under brakes. He can brake later than anybody else that we've seen so far. As he comes up to the final braking zone, braking at about the 60-meter mark, just gets the car turned in. Let's see what this is going to be. Is it a 2-minute lap time? Is it going to be? He gets it. It's an absolutely incredible time. A 2-minute .9. Oh my. This is
second clear of the
stuff.
fastest people in the country at the moment.
Oh wow, a 2-minute .9. And Ricky Bobby sets a 2:03.2 to put himself into P9. But oh wow, Jeez with a 2:02.3, Turtle with a 2:02.8 to put them into P4 and P7 respectively.
Yeah, that's good from Hellraiser.
Yeah, he had a nice finish last week out of Autopolis, a P7, so he'll be looking to build on that. It's probably given him some much-needed confidence, which he struggled with at the start of the season, being placed into this category last minute. So he'll, with that P7 under the belt and sort of a first big result for him, he'll be happy to be able to just settle down now. And we saw in pre-season he actually won a race in our pre-season, so this guy does have heaps of pace that he'll just start to build on throughout the season as we get deeper and deeper in. So is it 8 or 9 rounds in this season?
Yep. It's rounds.
Yeah.
I can't remember off the top of my head, sorry.
I'll just have a look real quick. It is 8 rounds. Oh, is Hellraiser's hit the wall there? What's happened? I think there was a combination of lag and hitting the wall. So we'll have a look on the Next Level Racing action replays. He comes down through Skyline, and he's just got oversteer and spun at 180, and then it's reset him. So that's what's happened. That's why that has looked a little bit funny. But I'm looking in the Discord server, and it is 8 rounds for this one. So next round we are at Deep Forest, then we're at Dragon Trail, Road Atlanta, then Sardegna will be our championship finale.
Oh, Ricky Bobby, nice lap.
Tonight. Yeah, that's enough to put him into P9. It improved him slightly, but it improved his lap time, but unable to improve his position, unfortunately. Adam with a 2:02.1 puts himself up into P3.
Nux is 1 corner away from improving. Corgi goes to 3rd.
Corgi, it's really closing up now. It's very tight for
Nux,
2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. As we see,
P6.
TX3 is coming down as well. I think we'll see. Well, right on board with TX3 GTR at the moment as he comes through the Forest Elbow.
Kerry Raikkonen sneaks into the top 10 there at the end as well.
That's very uncharacteristic for Kiwi Raikkonen. He's usually up the top 3. He's definitely lingering around there, so maybe just having a little bit of difficulty with his car. TX3 GTR currently sitting in 5th. He's 800ths down on his personal best time. Let's see if he can hook up this last sector. Let's see what lap time he can set. Can he get into the 2:01s? As he comes into the final braking zone, braking about that 70-meter mark. And gets on the power early. Very sideways. That might be the lap done for TX3. And he does improve marginally, but doesn't improve his position at all. And there's a few more drivers still on track, I believe.
A couple more to come around the corner and that'll be it.
As we see, Distinct Andrew goes quicker again! Distinct Andrew! There wasn't enough for him, the pole position, so he's just gone. So this is shaping up to be a magnificent race ahead of us. So Morgan Davey goes into the 2:01s again with a 2:01.8. And
it's almost a second clear of the field. It's disgusting.
This is shaping first. it was Kiwi Raikkonen's turn to be a second ahead of the field. Then it was GTR's, no, it was Distinct Andrew's at Trial Mountain. Then it was GTR last week out, and now it's Distinct Andrew here back at the Mount Panorama. So
This is going to be a fascinating race though, because the Viper's just not very fast or straight in a pack. So he might get swallowed up coming down Conrod. That's a big straight for the Corvette and the two Corvettes on row 2, and then the Aston Martin starting out of P5 as well on row 3.
yeah, for sure. So the grid shapes up like this for the main event tonight. It's Distinct Andrew on pole position, followed by Morgan Davey, Corgi third, Atom in fourth,
Here we go.
and TX3 GTR in fifth, Nux in sixth, Jeesh in seventh, Kiwi Raikkonen in eighth, Hellraiser 9th, Ricky Bobby 10th, Captain Muffin 11th, and Corey Hack in 12th.
Huh,
So-
I've got to manually start the race. That's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. It's so
That's really
good.
cool.
So we can have a bit of a break between qualifying and the race if we absolutely need, which we did in
Yeah,
the Division 3 race. Just
I'm
let
not that
everybody
nice
have a
to
bit of a drink.
Nope. These guys are the best in the business. They can get started straight away. Distinct Andrew on the inside wall, Morgan Davey on the outside. Gridded up. Old school start for these guys tonight, as we're fighting the game for glitches again.
And we are lights out and away we go here at the mountain. As they barrel towards turn 1, Distinct Andrew gets a good start, same as Adam. And Adam's going to be on the inside of Morgan Davey, and Morgan Davey in third position. It just drops down a little bit. It seems like everybody's got through cleanly, and they barrel towards up Mountain Straight towards Griffin's Bend, and it's looking good for everybody involved as they head towards Griffin's Bend. And it looks like Morgan Davey tries around the outside of ASR Adam there. Does he get it done? Oh, very tight, very tight. He holds on to it. Everybody's clean at the moment. And Nux gets half a sniffer around the outside of Morgan Davey. He gets the
that's
position
not gonna work.
offline.
Oh, it
Oh,
didn't
it's all kicking off.
didn't.
Morgan Davey contact with Nux. Oh, this is incredible.
Up as well.
Lots of contact. It's rubbing his racing though, but I don't know what the stewards will say about that. These guys are going hammer and tongs early on in this race. It's a 1-2 for ASR.
They're gone, those two. See you later, boys. We're out of here.
Yeah, they're going to work together the entire race, but it's so tight. Nux seems to be holding up the entire pack. It's just single file from third position all the way back. Morgan Davey thinks about a move down to the
He thought
skyline.
about that.
And TX3 is right on the bumper of Morgan Davey too. It's bumper to bumper. Look at the map. Everybody. Oh, Morgan Davey's gone. Oh,
No,
he was very
he's still there.
sideways. Very sideways, but he holds onto it through the dipper. And
Nux
he goes
penalty.
for the move.
Nux got a penalty. 1 second.
Oh, that is massive. As Morgan
That's
Davey is going to get third position back from Nux.
Nux
as
is
they
going to get
come
swallowed
down.
here.
Yeah, Nux is going to fall all the way back, maybe to the back of the pack. That's how big this 1 second penalty could be in this Division 1 field. Where's he going to end up? He's going to end
way
up
back.
all the way down in 8th, 9th maybe? Yeah, 9th position, Nux. Oh, that is a mass. Talk about a 1 second penalty. Dropped him 6
who's that?
Oh, it's all gone. All gone. They're all
GDR.
gone. What's happened there? Oh my, that is massive.
GDR.
We might be able to catch that on the Next Level Racing action replay. I'm not too sure what happened there at all, but yeah, we'll have a look. Oh, that's big. And we'll see in the background. So, it looks like there's just a bit of contact, and yeah, it's happened before the corner. So, I don't know whether there was contact, but the Astons have been very weird under braking recently since the new update. So, I'm not too sure what went on there, but yeah, Atom is 1.7 seconds off his teammate, Distinct Andrew. 2 seconds, 2.4 seconds. So this is an Ascension 1-2. Distinct Andrew, he's just going to skip away with the race at this point. And with the incident that happened with GTR, he's sitting in 13th place.
Oh,
This could be the
Captain Muffin.
could be the championship lead for Distinct Andrew. So after that chaotic first lap, let's give a bit of a call out to where everybody is. So it's Distinct Andrew leads ASR Adam in P2, Morgan Davey in third, Captain Muffin fourth, Corky in fifth, Jeesh in sixth, Kiwi Raikkonen in seventh, Nux in eighth, Ricky Bobby in ninth, Corey Hack 10th, Hellraiser 11th, Karen Unleashed 12th, and TX3 GTR all the way 4.5 seconds off the back of the pack in P13. So this is not what you want as the championship leader, finding yourself way off the back of the pack. But let's have a look at what GTR can do in the remaining... Oh, he gets another 1 second. I mean, not another. He gets his first 1 second penalty. Just cutting the track limits a little bit through the dipper. But yeah, this is not good for GTR at all.
The battle for fourth, the heat up here. Corgis is on the back of Captain Muffin. He's actually elevated quite nicely the first couple of laps of the race. Took advantage of some of those guys tripping over.
Yeah, exactly. It was a very chaotic first lap. As we see...
Jeez, having a look at Corgi as well. Corgi's defensive. Jeez goes for the switchback.
Goes for it. Can he get it down the inside? No, but
Kerry Raikkonen was just having a bit of a stiff on the outside there too. Got picked up. He's going to bring Knuckles back into the fight as well.
Yeah,
good little battle here for the middle of the pack.
Kiwi Raikkonen is running the green-eyed monster livery that we've seen from the other Bathurst drivers. As we see, I thought Jeesh went a little bit wide there, but he holds on to it, just touching the grass a little bit on the outside of Hell's Bend. But these guys keeping it clean for the most part. No major incidents aside from what happened with GTR, which we don't know. It's just speculation for now. So it's better just to assume that he went off on his own and didn't have a helping hand in that matter. But for the most part, doing well. Most everybody, that is.
Morgan's starting to close in that gap to Adam now. It's down to 1.1 seconds.
Yeah, so Atom has absolutely capitalised at the start of this race from the chaos that ensued from Morgan and Nux and TX3 behind. So, yeah.
Did you catch the first fly from Andrew there? Casual 202.3 first flying lap.
That is disgusting. And they're only going to get quicker as well in the second stint. That's already, it's 1.4 seconds off his pole time. So I reckon he'll be able to save at least half a second come round to the first couple of laps of that second stint. We'll see what he can do.
He's getting on here for the second position. Adam's already moved off the racing line to try and cut that slipstream, but Morgan's got a good exit out of the elbow and he's just flying down Conrad.
Yeah, that Corvette and the Viper, the Corvette and Viper are just polar opposites in terms of straight line speed. The Viper's probably one of the worst, not the best car in a straight line, and the Corvette is easily the king of straight line speed. Oh, okay. There was a bit of lag. I thought he just ran straight up the back of him.
This is where Adam's going to have to be sort of cautious with his car positioning because Morgan's not afraid to just chop the car down the inside. Yeah, so I'll be very mindful of this. He's got his one move down. He's going to stay to the inside line here and he's going to force that Morgan to the outside of the track on the run up the hill into Griffin's Bend. Now, Morgan's going to have to get this done early if he wants to get past here because he needs to clear him. So Adam's going to stick the nose down the inside here and stay on the inside of him on the racing line, which he does. It's Morgan out wide. He's going to force him out to the ripple strip. Nice bit of friendly driving there from Adam, actually. Just gave him a little bit of racing room, which was nice of him.
Just quietly as well, Morgan with a 202.4 and
TX3 did a 202.3 there. So he's just
off about a half a tenth off Distinct Andrew's time. So Clean Air GTR's just closed up that gap by 4 seconds to Current Unleashed.
Do you think that's Morgan just about ran out of road there.
What were you saying, sorry?
TX3's little open letter to all those concerned at the front of the field to remind him that he's still there.
Yeah. I'm expecting a massive recovery drive from GTR tonight. It's going to be incredible to see him come through the pack and show us what a 3-time Sector 1 winner can do when he's given some free air and a lot of traffic.
Oh, Nux has got damage. He's had a problem at the top of the hill. He's just dropped back to 11th.
Yeah, it's not the day for Nux at all. Nux, he was having a bit of difficulty. He's been telling us that during the week he had the pace, and then something just happened in the blink of an eye.
Adam's just dropped down the field. He's fourth. Corby's got him too.
he must have gone off at the end of the chase.
Must have
Just
done.
about braked himself and just gone to the grass and gravel. But that's just let Morgan Davey up into P2 and Corgi get through him into P3. So, yeah, not too sure what happened there. But Adam, still a good position to be in, 4th position on the road. So, good stuff from Adam.
Captain Muffin's had a problem too, because he's all in 12th, so...
Ooh,
And T3's had
yeah.
another issue as well, because he's fallen over somewhere. He's just on a 2-minute 20.
Something big must have happened, because Karen Unleash is up to 9th. He was
Yeah.
sitting in 12th, so I think something between Nux, Ricky Bobby, Captain Muffin and GTR has gone massively wrong, but didn't catch it on camera, so,
Well, for a little while there, GTR was up as high as 9th, because he's in front of Nux, after Nux had his issue on the last lap. And now he's dropped right off the back of the pack. They kept, was running 6th, is now 12th.
yeah, some big issues happening. Oh, someone's backwards!
Oh,
It's Kiwi Raikkonen! Kiwi Raikkonen's gone!
Huge damage too.
Oh, that is not good. I just looked at the map and I saw somebody's icon sideways. Oh, that is terrible for Kiwi Raikkonen. All of the progress that he made in the early stages of this race has just gone to waste as he's back down to P7. Just did a few loops and finds himself down in P7. I believe he started P8, didn't he?
Yeah. Matt spots in the early part of the race. He was right up as far as 5th position for a while there behind Corgi, just before that problem with Adam. Gigi's managed to jump Corey Hack. I'm just keeping an eye on Corey Hack. There's a little bit of a latency issue again. I've had a couple of people ask me to keep an eye on him this one tonight, because there were some issues in the previous race apparently where people couldn't get around him because his car was jumping over the road. So
Yeah,
I've warned the guys tonight. I've warned the guys tonight that if I see anybody with massive lag issues, I'm going to have to bump them out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, Corey Hack, he has a decent connection, honestly, as we saw in GT Sport, but in GT7 servers just don't agree with him at all. As in the first few rounds we saw him bouncing around, but as I said in the previous race, Polyphony, they've sorted some of their stuff out, and the servers seem to be as a whole generally more stable. So yeah, Corey Haggie's still bouncing around a little bit, but it's nowhere near. It's probably about
it's not too bad at the moment.
Yeah, 5% of what we have seen in the past from him.
I've just been progressively running myself back to him every now and again, just to keep an eye on him when he's in a pack there, because I just don't want him to lag into someone into the fence, that's all.
Yeah,
That happened last week apparently, as far as I've been told, so I've got to keep an eye on it. It's just, unfortunately, you've got to think of the greater good and everybody else on the field, you know, trying to do the right thing sometimes. Makes it a bit tough.
As we see, Distinct Andrew, a 2:01.997 for race pace. How's that? He's really just taken a bigger stride here. Sort of.
Did anybody sort of send him a memo saying he's 6.2 seconds clear of the field? You know, you could probably just drive with one hand on the wheel at the moment, just to cruise, save some fuel. You know, just.
He could probably do a lap backwards and still be in the lead of the race at this point. But Morgan Davey, not to discredit him, but he's sitting 6 seconds off the back of Distinct Andrew, who's just hooked up his car in a way that I'm not too sure anybody else has been able to do.
The funny thing is too, looking at Morgan's lap times, he's on a 2:02.9, a 2:02.4, a 2:03.6 and a 2:02.3. So he's been really quick. It's just Distinct Andrew's just on another level.
Yeah, Distinct Andrew only in the 2s and 1s. So take what you will from that, but talk about pace. And he's purple again after setting a 2:02.3, which is actually the exact lap time that was.
Oops, TX3 just lifted again. The chase.
Oh, TX3, what is happening? And Nux as well down to P12, so.
Nux is going into the pits.
Oh, maybe a retirement from Nux being this early on in the race. Ooh. Yeah, not too sure what's going on there, but as GTR, not a good day out. I have no words what's happening with GTR. As we saw in qualifying, his spin at the Forest Elbow, it was just a precursor to what we're seeing in the race. Sitting a minute off the lead already is, it's just an ugly sight for the 3-time Sector 1 champion. GTR.
So Nux parked it.
Leader. Yeah, I assume that was what would be happening, pitting this early into the race. An unfortunate fate for Nux in this race. Andrew's purple. Andrew is purple. 6.5 seconds ahead of Morgan Davey. Let's see what he does here as he rounds the final corner. I mean, the penultimate corner, coming into the final corner now. Murray's corner. Brakes about the 60-meter mark. It gets it turned in, and he's just got this car on rails. Honestly, millimeter perfect through the corners. And what's it going to be? Oh my goodness. Andrew, can somebody just send him a fax? Has he got a fax machine in the car? Because, the team need to tell him to slow down. He's just absolutely destroying the competition.
The worst part is he's got a much better car in him than Morgan Davey does in second position.
Yeah, this is disgusting to watch from Distinct Andrew. Absolutely running rings around the rest of the field. And he's well and truly going to take the championship lead after this one. He can just have a cup of tea while he's doing it too. Like, he can go put the kettle on. And,
T-Switch has binned it again at the chase.
Oh my, TX3 is not having a good day. This is not good at all.
They're actually talking to Paddock a moment about Aston Martin brakes just aren't behaving themselves tonight. Astons in general.
Yeah.
Because these guys, like it's just been said in the chat, these guys don't just bin it. Like, we're talking about the guy that's led the championship, won the championship now 3 times. You know, and we're talking about Nux, who's a seasoned performer in Group A. You know, these guys don't just throw it off the road.
Yeah, and from the Division 3 race winner, it looks like TX3's come in.
Yeah, he's come in as well.
I think that's GTR's race over as well, so that's going to go out down as 2 retirements, 2 Aston Martins. Yeah, it seems like pushing the car on the edge. Like Dadson, the winner of the Division 3 race, he was able to win the race, but he says in the chat that he's nearly binned it numerous times tonight. So yeah, I'm not too sure. It's the state of the game. We were thinking before the race that maybe the update that they've done to the braking, it's just brought the pack together, but all it's done is it's really just absolutely destroyed any chance that any of the top Astons would have in this race, and just pushing a little bit too far has seen them time in over Nux and GTR. So are there any Astons still running? Yeah, there's Hellraiser in P8. So he's the first Aston in Division 1 tonight. And Muffin in the other CP car is the other Aston that's still running. And it's a Viper who leads the way by 7 seconds, who leads a Corvette. 2 Corvettes and then another Viper. So it seems the American cars really are holding their own in tonight's race. But it's then followed by 2 Mercedes in Jeesh and Corey Hack, Kiwi Raikkonen in another Corvette, and Hellraiser, as I said earlier, in the Aston P8. So, yeah, not the greatest of races for the Astons. You would think they would be doing a little bit better after the Division 3 race, but something's obviously wrong at that high performing level, the car. So a little bit disappointing, but yeah, Nux and GTR, not the kind of guys to just bin it 3 or 4 times in the opening laps. There's something going on with that car. So yeah, Distinct Andrew having a very quiet race so far. 8 seconds ahead of everybody else, and he's still lapping in the 202s. Oh, this is just... Oh, wow. Distinct Andrew absolutely flying. Let's see what lap time he sets as he comes around the final corner again. This is going to be another 201. Surely. rounds the final corner with 155 at the apex. And is it going to be a 201? Very tight, just a 202.1. He is just flying. Dominant display from Distinct Andrew. Morgan Davey just quietly as well. 202.3. He's still very consistent as well. He's also lapping in the 202s. He's only had one 203 so far, which was that lap 4. So doing a pretty good job on his own there, Morgan Davey. And he is purple through the first sector. Porgy down in P3, also having a quiet race. 7.5 seconds to Morgan Davey ahead, but a second gap to Adam. So this could be the closest battle on track, I believe, at the moment. A 1 second gap between these two. So we could have a battle for third position. So Corgi has made an absolute monumental effort in these opening few laps, as he's made up a bunch of positions and finds himself on the podium. In his absence last week, yeah, he's good to have him back and back on the podium. So, yeah, what were you saying, good dog?
He's just got to stay there now, that's the thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Adam's not going to make it easy for him, he's going to hang on to the back of that.
Yeah, so how's the fuel and tyres looking for everybody?
I was just going up and down the field having a bit of a squeeze now, actually. So, Distinct Andrew's just sitting on a quarter of a tank of fuel now. Morgan Davey is a little bit less, but not drastic. Tyres look about the same for those two. Corgi, a little bit more fuel than the pair of them, but his tyres are about the same. Adam's got more fuel again. His tyres are better than everybody else. Geesh, quarter of a tank of fuel, tyres are about a quarter of the way down. Corey Hack, lower on fuel. Tyres are better. Kieran Raikkonen, better on fuel, but tyres are hexagons after that big spin. Hellraiser's got damage to the front end as well, just cleared. He must hit the elbow, I'd say. Captain Muffin, tyres are completely destroyed. Karen looks like he's hunting him down now to go back up to P9.
He might make a move here.
Oh, that car looks horrible under brakes though, Karen. And Ricky Bobby's dropped off the back of the field now with heaps of fuel in the car though. Nux is gone.
So
yeah, brake dramas from the guys in the Astons I've heard. TX3 couldn't even pull the car up, he said.
Yeah, 13 started and only 11 remain in this race now. 28 minutes remaining in this race. So, looks like Distinct Andrew, oh, the gap's actually closed up between Distinct Andrew and Morgan Davey. As Morgan Davey, he set a personal best lap time on lap 10. So he's extracting every last bit of lap time that he can out of that car. So Distinct Andrew, he's a second off his best lap time on that last lap. So even though the gap's large, I don't think this is the end of the race just yet. There is still a small slither of hope for Morgan Davey to get the first position here on the mountain. So he just grazes the wall on the exit there, but gets a good exit. And yeah, that difference in lap time between Distinct Andrew and Morgan Davey is most evident on top of the mountain, as Morgan Davey is 4/10 slowest. So at the moment, looking at about a 2:02.6 to 8, depending on how much time he loses in this final sector. Comes through the penultimate corner now, into Murray's Bend as he comes into the Armorall Bridge.
Adam got Corgi that way around too.
That's good for Adam into the podium position. As Morgan Davey sits at 2:02.7, so right around that region that he should be. So yeah, Corgi is not going to let that position go easily though. He is going to fight until the very end. He wants that podium. He wants to keep his championship bid alive. I believe in season 5 he was P2 in the standings, behind only
TX3.
the man himself, TX3 GTR. And then it was, of course, his FSR teammate, his fellow FSR man, Kiwi Raikkonen in P3 in that championship. And just quietly, Distinct Andrew with a 2:02.1 on that last lap. So lap 12, we're expecting most drivers to pit this lap. We should see majority of the grid in this lap. I don't think anybody hit on lap 11, tried for the undercut, so should see majority of the grid in this lap. So just having a look through the grid, looking for any. Oh, GTR is out of the pits.
Yeah,
No,
he's just exiting.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll give him permission to exit the lobby if he wanted to.
Yeah, okay. So I think that's all of the... Oh! I don't think I spoke about the livery that the Deeds drivers are running tonight. So the livery that they are running is the 1984 Peter Brock Bathurst winning VK Commodore. That's what it's based off. The Peter Brock Commodore was of course had Marlboro as the sponsor, but these guys have replaced that sponsor with, of course, Deeds Racing.
Tastes about the same too, I've heard.
Yeah, so a little bit of news.
Oh, Kiwi Raikkonen's just dropped it. Smacked into the pit wall.
Oh, that is massive for Kiwi Raikkonen. Oh, he can't get it going. He's stuck in that wall. He's losing loads of time. This is not... Oh, no, there's somebody coming in. Oh, there's contact.
Oh, crunch.
Oh, that is not good at all. It looks
I better
like he's
keep
just been... Looks like Karen pushed him into the pits there, so...
Yeah, he got stuck and then the auto driver was trying to push him backwards into the pits. Now, I was going to keep an eye on these guys as they exit the pits because Morgan Davies got out pretty clean, which is good, but I'm just worried about Karen and Corgi and that coming out of the pits now, whether they're going to get a pit exit infringement because of that. Oh, no, sorry, Kiwi Raikkonen, because of the crash going in.
Oh, he'll definitely... Kiwi Raikkonen will definitely get a 3-second penalty for the entrance. But...
Captain Muffin's car's carrying damage on the front. Looks like Karen got away with it.
Oh no, Corey Hack. Can you check the fuel numbers on Corey Hack?
Oops. Kiwi Raikkonen, Captain Muffin are inside each other.
Okay. Have they sorted it out yet? So
yeah.
Is Corey Hack under fueled or he's...
No, he's full
14 seconds
fuel.
Up the road? Oh, okay.
Full fuel. He was racing against Geesh though, remember, so he's about where he should be. Yeah, he's alright.
Just quietly as well, Ricky Bobby, P6.
Hasn't pitted yet.
Oh, okay.
Morgan Davey, Hellraiser hasn't pitted yet, Geesh hasn't pitted, so everybody for the front. Andrews is coming in now. We're completely out of fuel.
Oh. Running on fumes, Distinct Andrew, and I would assume that Adam is coming in too. Yes, he is.
Yep.
And geez, so just quietly, a 1, 2, 3 for sanction at the moment. Not every day you say that. As we see, geez.
It hasn't been possible up until now anyway, because we've only had 2 drivers per team per category, so with the no teams championship this year, ASR's actually picked up an extra driver. And judging by his ridiculous pace, they're all in the top tier at the moment.
Yeah, and Hellraiser running it to the number as well, 1% in the tank. As Morgan Davey, is he going to inherit the lead?
Not even
That's
close.
the question. No. Distinct Andrew comes out of the pits, well and truly ahead of Morgan Davey. There.
Distinct Andrew just flexed basically while filling the tank all the way to the brim.
Ricky Bobby doing what he did at Autopolis. He's got the car to do it, so he goes around again. This is what he did at Autopolis, and it worked out wonderfully for him. And funnily enough, he's in the exact same position he was at Autopolis in P3.
Adam's cleared Corgi as well. And Jesus cleared Corey Hack by about 6 seconds. Nice work.
Ooh. As we see Hellraiser, where's he going to come out? Is Muffin going to get him? He's going to come out way ahead of Captain Muffin.
Yeah, he's cleared all those guys as well.
Yeah, about 6 seconds the gap between those two. And then Karen Unleashed directly behind Muffin. followed by Kiwi Raikkonen, who was running P7 before the incident at the pit lane, which saw him drop to the back of the pack. So very strange race that the mountain has thrown up for us tonight.
Well, we saw Craig Lowndes do it there one year in the Triple Eight car. He went straight into the fence at the end of the pit wall, remember?
Yeah, and it's funny because he's in a Craig Lowndes car as well. Kiwi Raikkonen, the green-eyed monster there. As we look back up to the front, that gap between Distinct Andrew and Morgan Davey, okay, it's come down about 2 seconds since the pit stop.
Yeah, but Andrew also flexed and full fueled his car all the way to the brim.
Okay.
So he's 100% fuel load on that car at the moment, so I think he's just got himself enough fuel to just coast his way home now and enjoy the day.
Let's ride on board with Distinct Andrew and watch this entire lap, because I have a feeling this is going to be the fastest lap of the race. As he comes through Hell's Bend, using all the track limits. We've actually got a bit of an audio glitch here. Can't hear the engine sounds. Just hear the whining of the supercharger. As he crosses the sector time just into the 19s. He's 1.4 seconds down on his best lap time.
Car would be heavy, full of fuel.
Yeah, exactly. Comes through Griffin's Bend using all the track and through the cutting, right up against that wall. Let's see how much he pushes the car. Okay, he's not pushing too much this lap. I think he kind of knows that he has the fastest lap set, so he just has to drive this car home at this point. We might not be seeing any more fastest laps from Distinct Andrew.
Ricky Bobby's just come out with the back of the pack here, so he's just jumped into the battle with Hellraiser, Karen and Kiwi Raikkonen. I'm on board with Kiwi at the moment, so I just watched him come out. Karen's just got down the inside there.
Yeah, so Ricky Bobby gets past Kiwi Raikkonen and is right on the tail of Karen.
Oh, Karen's slow on the exit. Oh, it's going to be brave.
And he's going to get him. Is he going to get him?
No, he backed out of it. That was smart.
Yeah.
Hellraiser's had a big
Hellraiser! Into the wall!
Look at this, this is the recipe for disaster, these three.
Oh, this is four cars in the space of about 8 tenths at the moment. As they come through at the grate and into McPhillamy. And they're all thinking about a move on one another. And is Ricky Bobby going to make a move on Karen down into Skyline? No, he thinks about it. But is Hellraiser is all over. Karen unleashed sideways. This is massive. And Ricky Bobby right on the back of Karen. There's nowhere to get past. There's not enough
Ricky Bobby
room.
just got a big push there from Kiwi Raikkonen down the dipper. He gave him a big shunt.
We're going to see some massive moves as they come down Conrod.
Watch the Corvette.
Yeah, the Corvette with the slipstream is going to be an absolutely deadly combination for Ricky Bobby to try and get past. He's going to be under fire from Kiwi Raikkonen. Let's see who makes a move. Is it going to be Karen unleashed on Hellraiser? Oh, it's going to be Ricky Bobby. No, okay.
Kiwi Raikkonen just cracked 300k now down the straight.
Oh wow, that is rapid. I think that's the first recorded 300 kilometers an hour we've seen so far tonight. So these guys, all four of them just sitting tight. I think they're more thinking about the long game. They don't want to rush into it too fast and ruin their race for themselves or the guys around them. So they're just going to hold on to it for now. So 8 laps, okay, we might even get 25 laps. I've been hearing whispers of 25 laps. So we got 24 last race. But we'll have to see what happens. Yeah, so 17 and a half laps, minutes remaining, laps remaining. That would be a long hour left. Or 30 minutes left. As you see these three, Hellraiser just sort of skipping away from these guys behind, and Ricky Bobby reaching a bit of a gap to Kiwi Raikkonen as well. But we see Karen flashing the headlights for some reason. I'm not too sure. Maybe he can hear himself on stream or something. Got the stream in the background. We hear him talking about him. Just wants to wave hi to his Deeds fans.
Both of them.
as they come through Skyline. Lots
Oh,
of tyres
he was loose there.
Yeah, that Corvette, the Deeds Corvette, does not look very stable coming through Skyline, that's for sure. Through the dipper, they're all keeping it under tabs, but yeah, it seems like Karen just backs them up across the top of the mountain and just gives Hellraiser the opportunity to just bridge a bit of a gap to these guys behind. 16 minutes remaining in this race.
And it's funny because you've got the fastest guy at the back at the moment out of these guys as well. Kiwi Raikonen's like marginally, well, actually not even marginally, significantly faster than Karen. And Ricky Bobby's probably faster than Karen as well, so it's in reverse order for pace for these guys at the moment. So Karen's doing a great job keeping these two arguably faster drivers behind him at the moment on a track with plenty of passing opportunities.
It seems like because everyone's got the slipstream and there's no room to overtake across
Here we go.
Is he going to get the run? He does. Is he going to get the inside line? That straight line speed of the Corvette is too good, but Ricky Bobby gets it. Does he get it stopped? Yes, he does. He gets a move done. And now Kiwi Raikonen's going to get right on the back of Karen Unleashed at the moment as well, and he's definitely
got checked up. Karen's giving the indicate time to go down the inside. He's getting out of it.
Yeah, there we go. That's some good stuff. And Kiwi Raikkonen goes down the inside as well. And Karen in 2 corners has lost 2 positions. So we'll have a look on the original move from Ricky Bobby on Karen Unleashed, and he just got a bad exit out of Murray.
Hellraiser checked them all up.
Yeah, and then just gave Ricky Bobby half a sniff, and he sent him down inside. And textbook move from Ricky Bobby, and he's up into P9, and now he can be out for blood for Hellraiser. Let's see if he can chase him down and maybe get P8 or even a top 7 finish, because Captain Muffin, he's a little while down the road, but one small error could mean disaster. And yeah, we could see the likes of Kiwi Raikkonen and Ricky Bobby still into like a top half finish in this race if all goes right for them in that regard. But somebody who hasn't got a lot of screen time this week is Corey Hack. He's sitting in no man's land, about 7.5 seconds in front and 12 seconds behind. So just enjoying life as is. He's the second Mercedes on track behind Jeesh, who is also in no man's land. He's the third Ascension Racing driver. And just quietly as well, the clouds have really come over the track, and
The track can be getting cold again now.
yeah, so it's going to get very slippery. Unlike last week, there is no rain enabled by Polyphony at this track. It's not a feature at Mount Panorama, so the threat of rain isn't open to us tonight. However, the track temperature does change. It is dynamic, so these guys will really start to feel the slipperiness of the track, and you can just see
You can see the glossiness on it. It's gotten cold and slick.
Very slippery it looks, and as the track gets darker, and you start to see reflections on the track and everything, and yeah, it's Jeesh is just keeping on. He's 8 seconds off the back of Azar Adam and 7.5 ahead of Ricky Bobby. I mean, not Ricky Bobby, Corey Hack in P6. Atom and Corgi, this is probably the closest top-end battle on track for the podium. It's 1 second separates these guys with only 12 minutes remaining. It'll be interesting to see who can hold on for the longest. How are these guys doing in terms of tyres and fuel, Corgi and Adam?
I was just looking at it now, so looks like Adam's got the slight advantage at the moment in the Viper. It's not a lot in it though.
Alright, and what about tyres?
Corgi's just dropped under half a tank for fuel. Their tyres... tyres aren't really a factor at this stage, they're very low wear rate at the moment.
Oh, okay. 2:04.3 from Atom on that last lap compared to Corgi's 2:03.7. As we see that gap between Distinct Andrew and Morgan Davey just extending itself to about 7.7 once again. So Distinct Andrew, as we predicted earlier in the race, is just going to walk away with this one. And also, yet again, just hanging in the 202s. And something else, I'm not too sure. It might have something to do with the weather, like the clouds that have just come over. But Morgan Davey, in the first stint, he was 202s all the way. But in this second stint, he's only been able to muster a bunch of 203s. So, not the greatest pace from Morgan Davey. But I think at this rate in the race, you've got a 12-second gap to Corgi behind. In all honesty, you only need to get to the end. And this is a great haul of points for Morgan Davey and Deeds. I mean, of course, there's no team's championship, but Karen Unleashed, who is the Deeds team owner, will be very, very happy for on behalf of his driver Morgan Davey. P2. I think the way the championship's been going so far for Morgan Davey, I think this is a well-deserved performance, of course, and he'll be very happy with this one. Great qualifying, great race, running the number 33, so good stuff from Morgan Davey tonight. We'll see what lap time he sets here as he comes across through Murray's Corner. And it's going to be a 203, almost a 204, so yeah, he's just easing it home now. I wouldn't imagine he'd want to be pushing too hard at the current stage of this race, just trying to get the car home in one piece and take the haul of points. 10 minutes remaining in this race. I'll tell you what, it'll be a long 10 minutes for these front three guys, for different reasons, of course, because Corgi has Atom breathing down his neck. So we could see potentially a late race battle between these two. They are pretty rapidly lapping on track at the moment. The pair of them, 203s and 204s.
Oh, Atom!
Oh, Atom! Oh, that's very, very shaky from Atom. The look on the next racing action replay, just all sorts of sideways. Holds onto it, just a bit of snap over to the exit. So good job from Atom. Great car control displayed there from the Ascension team owner.
Yeah, he caught that river strip, I think, on the exit of the Griffiths Bend there, and it just sort of chucked the car sideways.
Definitely. We saw it happen to Carbon Boy in the pre-season here in very similar circumstances. Just caught the ripple strip, and there's no grip on those curbs. And it just sent him round in circles, but Adam, lucky for him, able to hold on to it. So 8 minutes left now. There is potentially time for a 25th lap from Distinct Andrew. Oh, it's gonna be, yeah, okay, at this rate, he's gonna get it by a fair amount, looking at the time, because 4 laps, if he continues at this pace, he's definitely going to get a 25th lap. By about 15 seconds, he's going to make it. 15, 16 seconds, he'll get across the line.
flex.
Yeah.
Lap times are they doing a short lap.
Yeah, well, Morgan Davey at this rate, he's going to be very tight to getting it too. How are these guys, these front two, doing on fuel? Because if they need to do an extra lap,
No, they're
Morgan
fine.
Davey might not under fuel. Okay, if they're fine, then
No, they're fine. Remember, Andrew decided to full fuel anyway because he had a 7-second gap going in. So he filled it up all the way to the top, brimmed it, so he could just drift his way home now from here quite happily.
yeah, for
Probably leave it
sure.
in 4th and make it all the way now just by leaving in 4th gear. That little battle pack for thirds just closed right up again.
Yeah, 3 tenths. Atom wants this podium. Corky's your driver, isn't he, good doc? So I know who
Yep.
you'll be cheering for in this battle. It's a battle of America. It's the Chevrolet Corvette up against the Dodge Viper. Very different characteristics between these two in this format that we have here at Sector 1. Very close to the barrier, Corgi. But that sort of checked up Adam a little bit. 2 tenths the gap as they come down over Skyline. Very light the steering, but it seems like, oh, Adam right up behind him. I thought maybe there would have been a touch, but he's managed to
Adam's
keep
got
out the
a
back
penalty.
of him. Oh, has he actually? Oh, Atom.
I think he cut the corner coming down the hill.
Yeah, the only either through the S's or through the dipper is where you'd pick up a penalty. And yeah, that's dropped him all the way back. Let's see what the gap becomes.
1 second penalty, inverted commas. Ends up being like a 2.5 second penalty by the time you actually get the car back up to speed.
The gap's already there. 2 seconds.
Oh, someone's lost it at the top. Who was it? Hellraiser's lost it. Oh, crunch! Karen just wiped him out.
Oh no. Unfortunately, we missed that on the replay, but yeah, Hellraiser's just let Karen back through.
Yeah, he was just lower than the sight line over Skyline, so Karen's come barreling over Skyline to have a stationary Aston Martin parked on the track in front of him.
Yeah, I mean, those kinds of things happen, and unfortunately the mountain's taken another victim here on this time that we're racing around the mountain. So, we see Ricky Bobby. He was sitting in, I believe, 10th position, and now sits in 9th position. So
Ricky Bobby had a penalty the last time round as well and dropped a heap of spots. So he's just dropped off a bit as well.
Expect a charge from Kiwi Raikkonen late in this race as well. I mean, if he can't improve his position, I think at this time in the race, you would expect it to be the end of any realistic championship hope, because he would have already used his drop round, and now he has got sort of a lackluster finish this time round. So
the battle for third's where it's at, I think, guys.
Yeah, definitely. As we see Corgi and Adam, it's getting real close again. As Adam, he's closed up like almost half a second.
Got a great exit out of the elbow.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. 4/10 the gap now as they head down Conrod. He could even make a move down into the chase as they come through the fastest corner on the calendar now. Oh, they're not even using the extra bit of tarmac. So these guys are very confident in their cars and the amount of grip that they can provide them. Penultimate corner now. Coming down to Murray's corner. 4 minutes remaining in this race, so this is going to be for the podium, the final place, that P3. And he's right on the back of him. Adam wants this podium. He goes down the inside, or thinks about it. Maybe just trying to send Corgi narrow, but Corgi calls his bluff, and he's right on the tail now, going up Mountain Straight. He's going to get it done way before the corner, as he's actually got the position now.
He's the legs on the Corvette though. Look at it in a straight line. It's going to stay with him. Can he stay on the inside? No, he can't.
Gets it done. So that's some good stuff from Adam. Gets the position, and he's into the podium places. Corgi just drops down to P4. So we'll have a look on the next level racing action replay that move. So yeah, textbook, gets in the slipstream, gets a good exit, and ASI Adam just gets the move done into P3. So good stuff. 3 minutes remain in this race. The question is, can Distinct Andrew get around the track one more time in 3 minutes? He's got 3 minutes to do it, of course. So I think he's sitting about 40 seconds away from the lap, the start-finish line at the moment. So he's definitely going to get the 25th lap, and Morgan Davey is going to be very close, within 2 or 3 seconds of that 25th lap. He might even just call it a day and end it on the 24th lap. He's got a massive gap to ASI Adam behind, so no need to do the 25th lap unless he sort of thinks, why not? Benefit of the doubt. Andrew could make a mistake. However unlikely that is, he could make a mistake or run out of fuel on the 25th lap, so you never know. We'll just have to wait and see. He's going to cross the line. 2 minutes. Yeah, he's definitely going to get easily a 25th lap. Looking at those, he would need to do a 2 minute 4. Oh, actually, it's going to be really tight if you think about it. Look at this. He's setting 203s, 203.3. Yeah, I think he'll get it, for sure. definitely. But looking back for the final podium position, Adam sort of bridged a bit of a gap to Corgi at the moment, 8 tenths. So I think that's as good as done unless he picks up an unfortunate penalty coming across the top of the mountain. He is purple through that first sector, Adam. So this is this will be the final lap for all these guys, because there's no way that Adam and Corgi are going to get another lap. Just looking at the timer, yeah, there's no way. As they come through the cutting now for the final time, Adam makes his way to the top of the mountain here in Bathurst, across the top through Reed Park and across into the Greats. Just has that car on rails at the moment. A well-deserved podium if he does complete it. That is 1.5 seconds the gap. So come over Skyline for the last time. Adam and Corgi, 1.7 seconds the gap. Is Corgi on the light, perhaps? Is that, or is he just struggling on the tyres? We'll have to. Well, I guess we won't know then. There's 1.5 seconds the gap. Adam comes down Conrod Straight for the last time out of the Exeter Forest elbow. As he crosses under the speeding sign. I think that's a funny little joke that Polyphony put in. As he comes down through the chase into the penultimate corner. And only Murray's Bend left. It's a 1.5 second gap. Yeah, so Morgan doesn't want to do a 25th lap. Has he gone around again? No, he's done.
No.
And Distinct Andrew gets the 25th lap. So Morgan Davey P2. ASR Adam takes the podium in a commanding drive. Finishes where he started in P3. Corgi in P4. Great drive from Corgi. And Jeesh in P5. Good stuff from his debut race in the top flight for Ascension Racing. Corey Hack is going to cross the round the final corner. And that's a pretty average drive for Corey Hack. He'll be happy with that. A nice haul of points for his championship. And Captain Muffin also rounding the final corner too in P7. Good stuff. He has about a 3-second gap to Ricky Bobby. He seems to have liked that, weaving along the track on the pit straight, and Ricky Bobby P8. He'll be chuffed with that one. And Kiwi Raikkonen, subpar for his standards. He won't be too happy with that one, but it is what it is. He takes P9, Hellraiser P10, and Karen Unleashed P11. So Hellraiser's actually got past Karen Unleashed quietly there. So Distinct Andrew, the only man on track at the moment. Have you set it to 3 minutes extra time? I hope you have. Otherwise, this will be a premature race finish for Distinct Andrew. As he rounds the chase for the final time. And this is to take the championship lead. Distinct Andrew with an absolutely monstrous drive. Cataclysmic stuff from the Ascension Racing driver. One of the best in the world. As he comes to cross the line to take P1 on the mountain in his Viper. So that is some good stuff from the Ascension Racing driver. And the final finishing positions read as follows. Distinct Andrew leads Morgan Davey, Atom in P3, Corgi P4, Jeesh in P5, Corey Hack in P6, Muffin in P7, Ricky Bobby P8, Kiwi Raikkonen P9, Hellraiser P10, and Karen Unleashed P11. So that was a very interesting race. I mean, it wasn't what I was expecting at the start. When we saw the qualifying order, it was definitely different to what a lot of people expected, especially with the retirements of Nux and GTR. There's something definitely wrong with those Aston Martins tonight. So, yeah, what do you think of that one, Good Doc?
Oh, pretty straightforward little race, that one, really, I suppose. Unfortunately, not much actually happened towards the, sort of from the middle of the race onwards. The panel towards the back of the pack was entertaining.
As the race comes to an end. And we'll just have a look at the podium celebrations now. So it's Distinct Andrew who takes the win on this occasion. He gets the pole position. Unfortunately, doesn't get the fastest. Wait, did he get the fastest lap?
Yeah.
Okay, so it was Distinct Andrew takes the fastest lap as well, and a clean race. So good stuff from Distinct Andrew there to take the win on this occasion. Goes into the championship lead. So who would you give your driver of the day to, Good Doc?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Well, I think I'm going to give my driver of the day to... I think I'm going to give it to Atom. It was a good drive to get the podium, and just did everything right. Played off a good strategy, and got his, well, I wouldn't call it a debut, but it technically is a debut for Season 6 podium. Maiden Season 6 podium, I should say. So, yeah, we'll have a look in the chat, see what people are saying in the chat. VF is saying that a driver of the day to Corgi. Yeah, Corgi did a very good drive at the start. He started not where he would want to have started, but yeah, he ends up P4, unfortunately losing out on the podium in the final 1 to 2 laps. So yeah, there's Karen gives driver of the day to Karen. So Carbon Boy gives driver of the day to Jeesh. Jeesh had a very quiet race, actually. He didn't have the he didn't get a lot of screen time in his debut Sector 1 race, but it needs to be credited to him. P6 in his first Sector 1 top flight race, so good stuff. Morgan Davey gives Morgan Davey driver of the day. So, have you given it some thought, Good Doc? You know who you're going to give it to, or?
Oh, I'll go with Jeesh, I think, for his solid little debut there.
That's a good pick, I reckon. So just in the chat, Petey Pop says that Dadson should be moved to Div 1. I think after tonight's race, I reckon he would have put up a pretty good performance, actually. So, yeah, so... I'm not too sure what else we can add to the... so Karen says, for real, he actually gives his drive of the day to Morgan. So, just chuck your drive of the day submissions down below into the chat. And if you haven't already, like the video. And if you like what you see on the Sector 1 channel, we're here every Sunday. So give the channel a subscription, the YouTube channel. And if you look below in the description of this video, you'll find the links to our website and our Discord, our community Discord. And the community Discord is where you'll find all of our beautiful people communicating and just having a good chat. It's a very good social community as well, as we all enjoy our motorsport and our sport and our other racing and other gaming, and it's very fun community. I love Sector 1 as a community, and I think if you're new here, you should all join the community as well, getting in on the racing action. So, yeah, any last remarks, Good Doc?
Just thanks to you for hosting it tonight, mate. Appreciate the effort. And,
yeah, thanks for race directing the Division 1 race. It was a pretty successful race, I think, in terms of the...
It's pretty straightforward now. Just get the lobby, press go, and then that's it. Forget about it.
Yeah, and it even gives us a complimentary break between qualifying the race, which in future we could probably use to our advantage a little bit, you know what I mean? But yeah, some good stuff from everybody tonight, and it was great to commentate it. Div 3 entertaining as always, and Div 1 just mind-boggling how... Okay, a 2-minute flat lap time.
Yeah, it's
just
disgusting.
Incredible. How? How does that happen? Like, I am lost for words. That is just... Distinct Andrew, you are one fast driver, that's for sure. One fast operator. So, can't wait to see what else happens in this championship fight. As on paper, Distinct Andrew takes P1 in the championships, excluding drop rounds. So, Yeah, I think I'm going to sign this one off. Thanks for watching, everybody. And that's, oh yeah, also special congratulations and thanks to Cruzin for helping out the Div 3 race too. So yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. And we'll talk to you all next week for the Group B race, also at Mount Panorama. So we're going to have a good race there as well. That's the Division 4 and Division 2 guys who'll be going around. So thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you all next week.